Greetings, family. This is Bomani Tamba, and we are live on Revolutionary Cam. I'm here with my good brother Kofi, and we're here to talk about many wonderful things tonight. As we talk about our brother that's been with this journey with me, we're going to talk about how we connected from we joined that wonderful journey together in November 2018. You know, that memorable journey of a
Yes.
lifetime to where you join us with Garvey Town, and then when that didn't work out, we rolled on to build our Black Star Pan African community, which both you and
Yes.
I, myself, put money together with others, and we have that land that we are getting there. People want to judge us. We have one person the house almost finished, another person building up, and then we have a few more in place. We just started getting things going, and brother, that was a 2 year period, brother. Remember, from September 2019, and now it's August 2021, and we have done. I feel like we should be proud of ourselves, man. We paid the chief his money
Mhm.
that he agreed on for this land, and we got all of our legal documents, and now we're getting everybody their survey. So your survey is next, and so on,
Mhm.
and within a year or 2 years, we're gonna start building. So within
Yeah.
from me and you communicating in November 2018. Now that's been our journey, brother. That's been coming up on 3 year journey
Yeah.
of us going to Africa. And remember our
Sure.
good brother Go Black,
Right.
that's showing his
Brother
his
Rufus. Yeah.
flow of how he views Africa and he sees certain things. So it's a lot of us out here doing some wonderful things, brother, connecting people to Africa, looking out for people. And is it a perfect operation with everything everybody's doing? No, but also there's a lot of allegations and all kind of stuff about different people, and I can't get involved with it. Like you see me, I don't sit around and make videos of people and say this person a scam artist, this person a snitch. I dealt with one set of people, Garvey Town, and when that went the way it was, I just ended up just putting my documentation right there on my site, africafortheafricans.org, and people can check it out. And that's my side of the story. Now you can get their side of the story, but I'm not into going back and forth and gossiping. So that's one of those things. And so every time you turn around, and those people from Garvey Town, those are those black British devils, just like this guy,
Right.
Unapologetic Negropean, which the video is titled at. So you've seen my struggle throughout the time frame and everything. You're here with me. You know what I'm saying? You paid for your trip. You got your trip, right? You paid for your land. You
Yeah.
got your land papers. You got all the things that we have
Yeah.
updated you with WhatsApp.
Yep.
Anything that you need access to.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, I'm working on your residency and other things now, and then eventually we get our citizenship worked on and things like that. So
Yeah.
anybody who needs certain things, we know we have their back. But if they don't need our service and they can do it on their own, we wish you the best. It's all good. You and I are connected into a world where we don't force anything on anyone, because you know how it is, man. It's hard to get one or two black people together to build any kind of energy. It's 65 of us, and I'm telling people, in different
Mhm.
aspects of what we have built is we put our energy together. Some people didn't make it because it's what it is. Like I tell that this guy that we tell a video after Negropean, people like himself got to understand. So you be clear about what we're doing, and if you're with it, you're with it. But if you're not, you're not. So that's why I have all the documentation up, because I'm not gonna sit around and we always have live conference call and all that stuff. And you can always reach me. You see the website. Click on WhatsApp, you send a message. You click on message, you send a message, and you
Yeah.
communicate. But this is only for a special type of black people that are interested in traveling, living, doing business in Africa. Some of our people are not interested, and just because they see how things are as how they want to see it in America and things, they feel like other people should just do it their way. I'm a business person that built my business enterprise empire based on not just doing what other people doing, based on what I feel we should do and connect as a people, being real people working together. Black cooperative economics is the most important thing, because when you think about the Asians, the Arabs, the other nations, the people that are coming together, putting their money together, dominating us, are we supposed to sit around and just bicker back and forth? So people like himself is literally just, first of all, he's wasting my day, and this is it. I'm not going to sit around and do this because I'm going to get back to work after this. But I like to just share information with people because I want us to think about things and think about these perpetrators and frauds out there. These people who want to call you names and call you fake Black Pan Africanists and all that stuff. What I am is a black person that get up and I'm connected a bridge for black people from the diaspora to Africa. Cost, money, all those things
Mhm.
included, and whatever the situation is a business situation, and those things are documented. I'm not gonna go with speculation. Just like we have the site up right now, you click on the site, it literally just shows our community itself. You doing right here, bam.
Right.
And so we're
That's the
titled right there,
website.
Black Star, Repatriation, and Pan-African Community. So it gives you from introduction, site map,
Hmm.
land survey, GPS, uh, gives you land commission search, prime objective, which is what you have to look at because it tells you who's welcome and who's not. So this guy, Unapologetic Negropean, he may have saw those things. Oh man, Bomani got a nice thing going on, man, and I need to get out of UK, the hells of Europe, and and I need his help. And then he see that thing, he's like, oh my God, I can't bring my swirler girlfriend.
Nope.
And then so now he's like, oh my God, this guy, is that morally
Nope.
correct? Is that right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
it
yo,
is.
you can get yourself up and go to Africa and get you some land and be in a
Do
community
your
and
own
get a
thing.
wife
Go
and
do your
enjoy
own
it.
thing.
I'm not stopping anybody from doing that. I'm just saying I built a business for people that are close to me, people we are connected with, to literally build a community where we can put our money together. We're basically an investment group. That's what it is.
Hmm.
So it's not a situation where you have a bunch of people do are investment groups. They post a bunch of everything that they're doing. I was like, people don't have accusation of me taking nobody money. You've been on a trip with me, and you see what we get. We literally spend the money and make sure everybody get taken care. Everything is run, and I do videos of all of the tours so people can see that. So that's my documentation. We've been working on this land situation for 2 years, brother. Conference call, public conference. There are some private conference call, which is none of nobody's business unless you're a member, and it's what it is. But what we have is public conference call where we can discuss anything, and it's always live, at least once or twice a month, or I should say, once a month, or every other month, or so, or just whenever we just post updates. But it's usually those things are available. So that's why I have the website up. I'm trying to get people to understand that people are serious about business. They're gonna put all their stuff on their website. They're gonna organize their information because what they know is that there's a lot of people out there that runs them out and say what they want to say and things like that, and say you're saying this and saying that. So everything that we have is our own documentation. The YouTube page, the Facebook page, all those things are my information and my presentation, and that's the best I can do. And and anyone else who want to judge me, show me the way. Show me how to be perfect. Show me how to pull off what you can't even pull off what we do for 15 straight years in literally a week. In a week, you will go crazy. You probably commit suicide. You're dealing with networks and groups of people around the entire world, black folks, and we are taught to be divided
It's hard.
aspects. You know what I'm
It's
saying? Most of
it's
us
hard.
came from either
It's
slavery
hard.
or colonization or neo-colonization and things like that. So
Yep.
we basically honor the rules of other people. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna be like that guy, unapologetic Negropean, the black devil. What I'm gonna be like is like, yo, I'm not trying to join my enemy and marry my enemy like he's done. He even refused to talk about his white devil wife that he's married to. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, dude, that's your business. I'm not here to yeah, that's your business, handle your business. But yo, we have no dealings. You know what I'm saying? And just because you don't like that, you
Hmm.
want to come and start making allegations and just instigating and run your mouth off and trying to find comments. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm telling you, you have trolls all over the place. Sometimes I'll be going off on trolls on text messages and things like that. I gotta handle my business. I work
That's
very
what it
hard to do
is.
my
That's what
business.
it
I
is.
gave up my military career and I gave up my civilian aircraft technician career or aviation career. And what I wanted to do is literally build business with our people. Which when we do the tours, you see, as a matter of fact, that tour that you was on, every single aspect of what we did except for the airlines was all black owned, 100%.
All black. All black on. All
And I'm
black
saying,
African.
and people like Negropean, all they do is, what I'm saying, hook up with white women. I heard his wife is like a porn star or something like that. I got all kind of
Wow.
people sending me crazy stuff about him, and I was like, yeah, I know he's a degenerate. He's desperate for YouTube money. That's why he's mad at me. He's like, why don't you monetize your channel? They must. I was like, yo, I'm gonna tell people over and over again. I got business people I'm organizing with, and they want to sit here and watch videos, and I got presentations for them, and they sit through and watch through things, and they don't have to watch a bunch of commercials. The same thing when they go on the website; it's a clean website. So what he's gonna say that? Why don't you have commercials? As a matter of fact, brother, you've been on the site. There's no commercials on my website. I have people even try to beat me down on that. Why you don't have why don't you have any AdSense on your website? Why don't you have this and that? And I was like, why we got to do all of that? I was like, brother, I'm using all of these incredible platforms created by all of these different geniuses of the world that put us together to its highest efficiency for the purpose of sharing my own documentation, my struggles, what I'm doing, what the people that I'm connected to is doing, and things like that. But what I'm not going to keep sharing is negative things. You see, what when we built our business, it was about a positive base of showing Africa and things like that. And then so what we do is presenting
Yeah.
to the highest level. You go to the website, you look at to the main menu, you see all of the tours that we have set up. You click down and see collecting school supplies for children. We got
Okay.
a lot of commitments to children where we're building connections, where we putting our money where our mouth is, and eventually we're gonna have a lot of things built. And that's what I need folks to do: do their research, see who's real, and if you really care about what's going on, join the force. Other than that, you're just a spectator and you just want to just keep on watching gossip and people instigating and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what that is, that's fine. So when that black devil Negropean invite me on the show, I figured two things. He wants to just embarrass me, which is I figured that's what he's gonna do, and I was like,
Taking
what, I'm
your
gonna make the
chances.
sacrifice. And another thing he's gonna do is really twist everything I say and use it against me and
Yeah.
everything, which I know he's gonna do that, and it's it's literally fine. What I wanted to address is the fact that I have several friends that I respect to the highest level in the repatriation movement, and we're trying to build business together to help each other and help the people repatriating. And I don't respect anybody calling us scammers and saying nasty things about us and saying that we're doing this and that. People have their flaws and issues, and then he's saying that I should call them out and say something to them. I was like, anybody that's doing things, I don't understand their business because we all have intricate business system. But what I'm about is literally trying to find a
Right.
common way how we can help people and literally find ways where we can just not just sit around and fight and beat down people. This movement is already difficult already. So let me even pass it on to you. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing to come up with all the money you had to come up with
Right.
to travel, to get the land, to do all this stuff you're doing in Ghana and connecting with us. But why did you choose to do it? Did I scam
Right.
you?
Okay. No, not at all. Not at all. We deal with that on a whole different basis. But yeah, greetings, family. I am Kofi Jonathan Hill. Um, for me, I've been part of this movement, repatriation, Pan Africanism, for at least the past 9 years. Uh, and for me, it's just been a whole entire process, a whole entire lifetime of going from, starting from studying up on things and seeing how our people are treated worldwide, how our people are treated here within the United States and the rest of the diaspora, looking back at the history. And then just like most people in the conscious or woke community, just going through the different stages. And what I ended up coming to, the point I ended up coming to was nation building and that's the key. That's solving. So I became not only a pan-african but a black nationalist. And along on my journey, I found our brother Bomani Tyembe, and we connected, and I accompanied him on his tour November 2018. He's had by that time already had a complete track record of going to Ghana at least twice a year, and different parts of Africa. And as the slogan is, it was a journey of a lifetime. Me and brother Bomani were just talking about it. Everybody on that tour, everybody that went with us on that tour, all 35, 36 of us, we are sisters and brothers for life. And I'm not just saying that. We're literally sisters and brothers for life. And everybody, that was on the tour would gone on and do wonderful things in their own right. Um, but it really was a connection. It was a connection with them, ancestral connection, uh, for those of us from the diaspora. And then you had the whole business thing too. So, for me, for anybody to naysay or hate on that, you have to look at them sideways. People, you have to really look at them sideways and really sit back and observe. Why would anybody want to hate or anybody want to naysay on something this progressive? That has to be demonic, point blank, period. That's demonic in itself. That's from the devil, and that's the enemy. And we as Pan-Africans, we as people that are African centered, people that are repatriating and want to go back and nation build, we have to be ready for this. We're going to get naysayers, and they're going to be more, especially as time goes on and we create and actually build more and not just talk. It's going to be a definite thing. So we just need to be ready, continue doing what we're doing. But people are going to want to naysay. If he's, that unapologetic Negropean guy, I sat back while I was going to work, watched 50 minutes of that video that he was addressing Bomani, and just it was lie after lie. Everything he was saying was not facts. It was not factual based. It was wrong, and the thing about the having our children come over there and being in a private school, that's a complete lie. Our community being locked off just for diasporans or African Americans, that's a complete lie. Our website even shows different. So as Bomani says, yes, people gotta research, and then you just have to search within your heart to look at the facts and debunk bullshit. It's wrong. These are lies. So yeah, man, like, yeah, as Babani was saying, for me, yeah, it's been a process. I'm here right now, working in the middle of America. I'm in Kansas right now, family. I'm in Kansas right now. I climb wind towers for a living. That's what I'm doing. And I'm, taking, parts of my check every week, and I'm devoting it to this cause, devoting it to, building up my plot, building a foundation on it, getting my citizenship in order, just different things that I want to do when I get there. But this is part of the journey that we're all going to have. And, we just can't let naysayers detract us.
That's it, brother. Appreciate the energy, and it's what it is. And I'm telling you, you know, you know, you're a military guy just like me. I'm a Navy, and you're a Marines. So we both, operate, sometimes on a ship. Loose lips sink ships, and that's what these traders
Yeah, it's
and
true.
this race haters, like unapologetic Negropean, the black devil. That's what they do. They literally
Yeah.
are paid to come at you and say the worst set of things. And then because we have so many unintelligent people, to where people don't do research, and some people don't read. They'll literally, I mean, someone have information and you don't read. You just rather listen to this guy because he's saying a bunch of stuff and it sounds funny or entertaining or
Right.
good. Or I don't know what people get out of it. I'll sit there and watch him sometimes, and I was like, this, so I'll be like, this idiot is a loser, have nothing better to do,
It's
and
feel
he
good
literally
stuff.
probably just, probably just trying to come up with some money. And and that's why he's still mad at me because I'm not monetizing my channel. I'm not even here sitting around saying, cash at me, donate this, or I don't have, I'm not, because I don't have time for that. What I'm trying to do is speak about what we're doing, share that we don't play around. And when people like him come at the way he come at me, and one of those didn't even send me a message or call me and reach out to me, just made a video, live video, discrediting everything I've worked
Exactly.
hard
Exactly.
for 15 years. And some people, whether you like me or not, ask yourself, how many years have you dedicated yourself to a black cause? I built 3 business, and it's all about black people, my family, and creating something that's a generational legacy and things like that. And literally, I have stacked full of qualifications right there, and we just literally just, hey, figure if we put our energy together, we can be in business. We want to be able to compete with the likes of this other business enterprise and business empires around the world. That's like basically a conglomerate, meaning that they have a whole bunch of different business. And that's what that whole community we're building. Whether it's a business community that deals with sustainable living, us learning how to live off the grid and
Yes.
doing certain things. And it's also dealing with public relations where you work in your own community. You're on the beach, clean the beach up. You're working with other members in town, which literally for now, what I notice, or what I know for sure right now, is most of the people around us is just, it's Ghanaian community, mainly just all Ghanaians. So we have the most diverse community because we have
Yeah.
Ghanaians, we have other people in our community that's going to be building their homes, and we have other people that's going to be there doing business and also using space to just connect. It's a bridge, it's a connection. If something happens to somebody from the diaspora that's there and it goes wrong, they need some support, they call the business center. And that's what I kind of operate here. I do, I operate, I mean, military people, tactics operation. I've seen how tactical operation work for military, how you just have a command center and it operates how you do business, because I have people in different countries I do business with, and that's a whole lot. And you see us, we use that WhatsApp network. We got like, I know we
Mm-hmm.
got like this good amount of groups, right? And things like that. But we use that as a way just to connect
A
with
lot.
people, let them know what's going on. So it's like that is more of a private situation now. Now I can't sit around and talk about everything that we talk in our private group on WhatsApp. You're paying for a trip. You're paying for a community.
Right.
You're part of certain things. Is I mean, what am I gonna do? Sit around and just walk around with a camera in my house? I'm giving. Sometimes I give a little time to just sit down and
Yeah.
explain things. It's been a long time since I did any kind of YouTube live. As a matter of fact, the one I did a few days ago was just to address certain things and showing people like family. Look at all this beautiful documentation on here. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the picture. Enjoy seeing groups of black people come together, where we're eating together, traveling together, doing things together, and we're not fighting against each other. We just enjoy the moment. As a matter of fact, you was on a journey with me. You seen the energy of just how we just came together, hang out,
Yeah.
network like family.
Yeah, that no, that it was like that, literally 100% of the time, because coming from the airport to going to the hotel, it was those of us in the diaspora that came on a trip, connecting with each other. Then the local Ghanaians in each city that we went to, connection, business, business, business. I promise you, family out there listening, that's all it was. It's enjoying the culture, integrating with it, listening, learning, loving our people, them loving us, them listening, them learning. It was Pan Africanism at its finest, the epitome of Pan Africanism, and that's all it's about. And kind of to respond on what you were saying about the, I won't call him brother, but the devil talking greasy, you know. Really, that's just it literally is just naysaying. And when he was saying the stuff about oh, you should be a sensationalist, really what it is projections, people projecting what they're doing on the people that are being progressive and actually building something. That's one thing, family out there, that I could say about Brother Bomani, the organization Africa for the Africans. A lot of people you see, they talk, but Bomani is one of the few ones out there holding the line. He has been holding the line, and this is why we see so many brothers out there, been holding the line, towing the line, doing things in Ghana, doing things even outside of Ghana, and actually building a community. We're actually building a community. I mean, what else can be really said? And we're going forward with it, and we're bringing the best of our minds, together. That's what he's talking about. The different WhatsApp groups we have, different committees, like a security committee, a committee on land use, a committee on energy and sustainable development, uh, just different groups, because that's what Bomani is referring to is what we went through in the U.S. military, or Yoruba's military, whatever you want to call it. Is what we saw was there was organization. Because a lot of times what we see in our, woke, conscious, whatever you want to call it, Black African power, like we have, the people talking, but then there's no organization, or you have the people that have the right mindset, or right ideology rather, but no organization. You know what I'm saying? There might be other groups out there that are organized, but then they don't have the right mindset. They're not Pan African. So here we are. We're Pan African. We know the truth. We know what's up, but we're organized. We're building. We're actually doing it. Whether that starts small or whatever, it's gonna eventually get to something big. But we're organized. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, brother. That's it, man. We're putting that work in. So regardless of other people like us or not, I mean, respect us for our work ethics. We're trying to do something for our people. We're making a move, and every time people are trying to do something positive for Black folks to where we can repatriate, yeah, people calling people scammers. Now there are some scammers, and I'm usually ones that's trying to help people out of situations and trying to get people to understand before you do certain things, get land and do business with people. Make sure everything is clear. Take your time. Don't be on the stuff. Oh, it's a lot of information. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of information because people who are about their business, they're gonna have information. People who don't are not gonna have any information. Now this guy Negropean, what site he got? He got a site called Oversight. He's trying to create a scam site to where he's feel like he's gonna monitor all of us. Like no one is gonna sit around here and monitor me and things like that. If you want to do business with me, you holler at me. Okay? No one is gonna sit around and be my judge on how I run business. I don't come to your workplace and tell you how to run your business. I'm saying I run my business, I run my business. I run my business based on structure and order, and based on that we have to be serious about getting things done. If we spend time playing around on YouTube and going back and forth with people and things like that, we can't do our work. what I'm saying? You've been here at the house with me, and we don't play around. As a matter of fact, before the other trip, man, you see how the work we're
Oh
doing.
yeah.
And you're telling people, it's like, y'all don't know what really goes behind the scene of doing the work. But I'm also not going to sit around and hold a camera and record all those things. Okay? You just have to look at the
Right.
result at the end of the day. What happens at the end of the day? What is that group that's all on our website all them years? What is a group of people standing together taking a group shot to do? Why are they doing that? They're taking a group shot because we're a group that has put our energy
Brother
together.
Chaz. Oh yeah. Here we go. Brother Chaz coming up. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a group. It's a group.
Chaz, what's wrong with your audio, man? What's going on?
There you go, brother Chaz. What's up, man?
All right, there you go.
How you doing, bro?
Good. I'm good. I'm good, Chaz. How you been?
Yes,
I
sir.
can't hear him. All right, Chaz, how about you try your laptop?
This is not a good connection for me on this end.
Yeah, I can't hear him good either.
So, Chizuru Akiki. Yeah, I remember you, bro.
It's on my
In
phone.
the chat. Yeah, I remember you, man.
Anybody want
How
to
you doing
join the
now?
stream?
I'm functional,
Chaz,
man.
I'm going to mute
Down,
you,
down.
man.
I'm functional.
All right, sorry about that. That was not working out. So hopefully he can try to
Yeah,
reconnect.
family.
And I'm just trying to get a few people on here that we do business with, so they can speak about what we do, and you don't have to always see me and hear me because it's a whole lot of us. It's not just one or two people.
Yeah.
I'm usually one that if anybody's gonna come out and talk crazy and explain things, and especially go off at Negropean, it's gonna be me. I want everybody else to be cool. Let me handle it. I can take the criticism.
Yeah. One thing I want to say about that, just, I mean, people out there, I mean, just look at, for instance, the guy's name, Negropean. I was talking to my brother Bomani earlier about that. Like, I mean, that sounds like some reverse Dr. Umar Johnson type stuff. Like, just that name alone. I mean, I haven't listened to his platform
Negropean.
before, but I just, yeah, I mean, I just listened to the one show, the one show where he called you out, and what we're doing, and it's just like, just the things he was saying, and like some of the comments from his listeners, it was just off base. It's not the same group of people that we're with. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, it doesn't really matter, because this is not it's a whole different group of people. They're gonna be naysayers, like I was saying. They're gonna be naysayers. We gotta keep doing what we're doing. Stay positive, stay focused, uh, direct our energy, work together. That, as you were saying on the show against him, you're saying, hey, we our people have been placed in a position where we're constantly divided. And see, that's another thing that we saw, say, in the military. It wasn't no division going on. It wasn't like uh people broken up, and that's the whole thing of this organization versus organization. We want to remain organized, and no, you can't have everybody on your team. No, you can't get everybody, but get as many like minds as you can and get something done. And that's what we're doing.
Yes, my brother Kofi. I appreciate the energy, and that's what we want people to know. We want people to know that there's anybody can go online and say something about somebody, and that's the wildest thing about today's date. But what we're looking for intelligent people that will say, what, I hear this guy Negropean. Okay, let me go do my research. Let me go check out this brother website. Let me even have a conversation with him. And if you call me and trying to have a conversation with me, and it's about serious business, we can do it. But as far as like the little gossiping and things back and forth, I don't do it. So I always tell everybody that before they do business with us, read everything. And, from the email to whatever is sent to them in other ways, and literally just, and I was like, that is it, family. And other ways are basically the website, YouTube, and so on. And literally, like this guy kept on saying that you have built nothing, you have done this, you have done this. And like, I'm like, I was like, who are you, my judge? I was like, do you know how hard all of this stuff is? The fact that we've been able to even bounce back from what happened with us,
Yeah, that's
the
another
last month
thing.
situation, and tripled our group. You know what I mean? And things like that.
Yeah,
So I tell people, it's like, yo, I can understand why some people won't do business with me and don't want to deal with me. It's fine. I understand that because it's not something that would connect
I mean,
with everybody. It's something that real recognize real. If you're
we're
looking to
not
do, you see the logo right here. I mean, you're talking about a business
right.
that dealing with, what we're dealing with. It's or even traveling to Africa. Like I asked Negropean, if you ever been to Africa, he won't answer any questions. You know what I'm saying? He literally probably want to do all these things and can't do it, and it's like amazes them. Like, how do this guy get people to? He must be hypnotizing them. I was like, family. I mean, people can say, hey, you shouldn't be cursing, you shouldn't be doing whatever they want to say, and it's like, yo, I run my business different. I'm not gonna let people feel like they're gonna come out and talk down about
And
what
punk
we are
you.
doing
Nope,
and like we some punk and try to bully me. You know what I'm
nope,
saying?
nope.
This is serious business that we're doing. We're doing serious business in a way where we can't just sit around and show people all our private information. You know what I'm saying? Especially people like him that's looking
Yeah,
to infiltrate what we're doing. So, you know what I mean?
they're looking. Yeah, they're looking to point out stuff. I mean, because ultimately, from what I realized, like what you told me about him, he has his what he wants for our community in Ghana, or what he wants for people in Ghana, but we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? We have a specific set of rules. Uh, clearly we're not allowing homosexuals, we're not allowing Yurugu, and that's just what it is. This is for our people, but more specifically for our people of like mind that want to build business, that want to be progressive. That's all it is. That's all it is. If you can't deal with it, then go away. Go somewhere else. You could come to Ghana and do it somewhere else. But don't knock what we're doing. Don't knock what we're doing. We're true Pan Africans and we're coming there to build with continental Africans, with Ghanaians. But we also have our mindset as well. That's all it is. We have our mindset of building Black African power, nation building. And if you're not with that, then you don't got to join. But we're looking for as many people of like mind. That's it. That's all it is, man. I
Yes,
mean,
brother.
it's
What I'm
just,
gonna do is unmute Chaz. Let's see if he can. He's good. Chaz, can you hear?
yeah, I want to hear Brother Chaz speak.
So hopefully I'm being heard well. Like I could
I mean,
pick up
there's a
Chaz,
lot of us too.
you are loud and clear. Rock on. You are on with brother Kofi and Bomani.
say it again, please.
You're on with Kofi. You know.
Yeah. I see
And
you, brother Kofi
yes,
there. I got
perfect.
comments and stuff up, but like I said, the thing is, it's almost like you're speaking into the whirling blades of a fan. So I'm able to pick up a good part of it. So, but of the part I did pick up, one thing about my man, he mentioned the name calling thing, and not that I'm in agreement with it and all that stuff with regard to anybody doing that. But quiet as kept, he initiated it when he began to insinuate and even accuse you of being a scammer. Because to me, that could have been, I mean, if he had, I
It's a
mean, to me,
projection.
that's where the real calling came. He is a professional instigator. That's what I see. Much like you see on a lot of these TV news shows. In other words, to keep the viewership on and all that. So that's what that is. It's not even about information gathering or trying to uplift people, which is actually the tradition of our folks.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to last as long as we've had over the last 500 years. And depending on where you start your count at, but I'm just talking about with regard to the
Different.
transatlantic groove. It's the upliftment that has really helped us out, and that's what we see disintegrating right now. Um, he took non-issues and made them into issues. The very notion that oh well, you got this community, well, quiet is kept unless I mean, all you got to do is look at all you have to do is look at a map, do some measurements, and when you look at the Ghana map, it's Ghana pretty damn big. Africa even
Mm,
bigger.
mm,
There's enough room there for
mm-hmm.
anybody to do anything the way they want to do it. Okay, I mean, so
Yep.
the thing of it is that he was ignoring some very common sense things in favor of being able to get a viewership that helps to build his build his build his income off of his YouTube channel. And to me, that is very rapacious and greedy. Um, at some point, he should have, to me,
Right.
he should have like stepped back and said, like, look here, I didn't get a chance to do all the research, but I've done some research, and then question you with regard to that. The garbage town thing, but I mean, that was already sealed. You made it very clear in the previous video that you just made a few days ago, and you also made it very clear then that was 2 years ago. This is a whole different community. Okay, and my and you let them know that like this is something that has been going on. When he made a statement about, well, what's being built, well, damn, there are videos of people building houses there. um yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and even the bathroom, which to some degree is still the structure, which still kind of is a house if it ain't nothing but a bathroom house. um
That
so
was
I think he was unfair in his interview, and divisive, and um, he was divisive in it, and he was underhanded with it, just so that he could get his stuff, just get his stuff out there, going nowhere. There's something not right with that, and
who
I got a
knows?
problem with people who want to get into people's business, personal business like that, and as though something is wrong. I mean, and all you got to do is, like, as far as I'm concerned, you could have said, it could have been over in 5 minutes. Look, y'all go to the site, then come back and rap with us. What makes it even worse is the viewers, the some of the viewers that are there, because a lot of viewers have very good comments, and I'm not just saying it just because they were
Yep.
in your favor, but the ones that were not in your favor were people who really had not taken time to take a look at the information. I can understand people who don't read. I understand that everybody's not a reader, but viewing something and listening, that is very basic. That's something you get when you're a little bitty
Right.
baby. Okay, so why can't you just
Right.
take the time to do that and find out for yourself what's going on? And for all that goes, as Bomani mentioned even in the interview, he is accessible. So it's not like somebody can't do their homework, so to speak. And yo, what is going on with this? I mean, that's how I got acquainted, and that was back in the garbage town days. So what's everybody else's problem? So I have a problem with some of that stuff. Some of those some of those comments, I've been getting to wonder whether those people were people that were paid by him on his payroll to say what they say, just to keep that, just to
Yep.
keep that sensationalism going. So um, his whole thing is deceptive, if anything else, to cause the controversy. Like Prince's song Controversy, and you got it talking. So
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see the entire video. I think I was like maybe about
I
halfway
said
through
so.
it before I realized that this was on, and that you was on Eastern Standard Time. Man, you be messing me up with this time thing
Right.
here lately. Uh, but all that being said, though, is that it wasn't wasn't it wasn't a real interview. That's what I'm trying to say. It just was not a real interview.
Yeah.
And he could have done it much better. His job he was doing his job, I guess, and that's to cause a certain level of sensationalism going nowhere and appealing to a very low standard, you know. And I can see where one would be heated about that coming from somebody, especially when you've been working so hard. I do understand that, and also to make mock of that. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying that I agree with the way that thing is in terms of where people come from. But I realize there are different kind of personalities. Everybody don't have the same laid backness in the same way at all times. Um, he had he is practiced at what he does. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Very practiced at what he does. I can tell by certain
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Brother Chaz. Yeah, I want to kind of piggyback a little bit. Yeah, brother Chaz. This is Kofi. Yeah, I wanted to kind of piggyback off some of the things you're saying here. Like, yeah, like I never heard of the guy. I never, listened to him before. Never even heard of him on YouTube. And the other day when Bomani told me that, hey, look at this video. He's talking about what we're doing. I started, I watched the video, and then I scrolled down on his page and looked at some of the other videos and family. Like, all of it is attacking progressive Black African people that are actually doing something. So like, he had a video going in on our brother Rufus, that go Black. He went on the tour with us in November of 2018, and he's been doing wonderful things. And he had a video on him, and he had a video on our brother Kala from the BAIO. You know what I'm saying? Going in on
Okay.
him just today. I look at, like, right before the video he had with Bomani was going in on polite. So what I'm starting to gather, it's just really, it seems like it's people being pushed out there, as have been done in the past, uh to kind of be agent provocateurs, or people that are directing, trying to naysay or direct negative energy to people doing, to our people doing progressive things. So um like I said earlier, I think it's just something that goes with the territory, and all in all, it's something that we need to be cognizant of and continue doing what we're doing. And really what it is to kind of harm and um not allow people that are just hearing about what we're doing to kind of throw them off. But the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. We're getting things done, and we're organized, we're together, and we've got the wherewithal and the will to do so. It's going to happen. This community going to happen. That's just it.
Yeah, the old folks used
Say
to
what you
say,
want to say.
yeah. Well, the old folks used to say, when somebody's talking about you, you might be doing something right. Okay,
Hmm.
you might be doing something
Hmm.
right. So, and
Hmm.
the level of where he's coming from with his stuff was it was deceptive, intentionally deceptive. I haven't watched too many of his things, but and I can't take too much of it because it's gossipy. Now you give me some information, something that's going to educate me.
Hmm.
Now there's one piece I watched recently of his where he went to Venice, and that was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was informative. It had some stuff working for it.
Hmm.
Um, but these things where you are attacking people, and I can on one level I can understand. Okay, if you try to protect somebody, but damn, do your homework first, okay,
Hmm.
and then be able to show what the thing is. I don't have a problem with a disagreement, but have something that has some substantive proof that supports what your disagreement is. He didn't have that. All he did was have sensation. Okay, that's like asking somebody if you beat your wife in the middle on Main Street. Okay, that's a trick question.
Hmm.
Okay, well, where do you beat your wife? You dig what I'm saying? So like that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I guess that's what causes views.
Your news organs have been
You
doing this
know.
for years, for years. Okay, and they can trap somebody up and give a bad impression. And he was actually taking this canvas and making it the way he wanted to make it. Um, Bobani was able
Mm.
to defend it, but that's only to the real listening ear. And see, unfortunately, just like with all the
Right.
rest of the stuff that's going
There
on in
was
the
that.
society, everything from the fact that you can, the very fact that you can say, well, he was arrested. Well, one of the brothers pointed out, well, so was Martin Luther King, and for that matter, if you take a look at it from the writing, so was Jesus arrested. Now, what do you have to say?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so I mean, what does
Right.
that have to do with anything? I mean, he
Nothing.
really,
Nothing.
to me, he exposed his lack of intelligence and lack of compassion and lack of interest in community. He is interested in making his paper, you know. And I
Yeah.
mean, all hustles ain't good hustles.
Nope.
All hustles are not good
Nope.
hustles, And I mean, I mean, if you want to be that kind of martyr where you want to go ahead and give up your soul to gain the world, knock yourself out,
Your
you
brother,
know.
Chaz, what he's doing is playing a dangerous game. He's playing a dangerous game to where I already heard folks say they're gonna just attack him with lawsuits and stuff because what you're doing is defamation of character. I mean, it's
Yeah.
literally the stuff he's doing is just off the wall. on how we do it, and the video is there live as a witness right there in the court of
Right.
law. So
Right.
and then some people may not always just take things as you want to talk stuff. I mean, I don't know where he's at. He live in probably like he sound like he has a. I know he's a black British, so he's probably somewhere in London or somewhere like that.
Right.
And he
Birmingham,
was,
some shit.
he got to be careful, man. You never know. It's like you may pick on the wrong person, and they may just whip your ass because honestly,
Right.
it's like asking for ass whooping, and what I'm saying, somebody.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that
picked the wrong one.
well,
He barked up the wrong tree that day. He barked up the wrong tree. Let me tell
He's gonna
YouTube
talk about.
another
world
thing
people
is
out
too.
there.
Another
He
thing.
barked up the wrong tree. He fucked with the wrong one. No, that
Yeah, yeah. He
absolutely
pretty
not.
much went to the
You know,
wrong
and see,
the
they
wrong
can cause that.
junkyard and messed with the wrong junkyard dog. Okay. Yeah, but another thing is that where he was used.
sometimes yeah, you touch the stove, you're gonna get burnt. Sometimes you can keep touching stoves and thinking you're gonna like just push it over and disregard the rules and do what you want to do. Go ahead. Sometimes you touch the stove, you're going to get burnt and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, just like my uncle, my great uncle told me, him and his brother was out there at a wasp nest one day, and his brother said, "I wonder what happened if I pee on it." He said, "Well, let me go and get away from you for a minute." He could hear him. He could hear him. But another thing is too with this
uh,
guy.
uh.
He used European standards. He used European standards. I had a problem with that piece. First of all, if you tell me your name is Kofi, well, damn it, that's the name I call you. If you tell me it's Joe Nathan, I call you that name. Okay, and that is
Shit.
your real name because that's
Shit.
what you've told me, unless you give me permission to name you otherwise. The other one
Do what
with
you want.
regard to when Bomani mentioned that he had a certificate, and like I said, I've only watched the thing about halfway
Mm-hmm.
through. But the deal is that wherever the
Mm-hmm.
certificate is from, it's still a certificate. Well, who from and blah blah. What difference does it make? It's a certificate.
Yes,
Where's your certificate? Okay, and who says these people had the right to give it to you? Matter of fact, it's just like with degrees. The first man to give another man a degree did not have one himself. You dig what I'm saying? Same thing with a
Mm.
certificate. The first man to
Mm.
give another man a
That's deep.
certificate did not have one himself. So he's using these standards
Mm.
that are really just based on just the European idea of things. But it's really based on nothing because they never question
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if they question things, we wouldn't have to have these conversations today because everything would be about justice. Okay, so he's got his mind already mixed
Right.
up.
That's right.
yeah, serious business. Yes, my brother Kofi, we can hear you live and direct. Share some of the highlights of what you've seen. Our movement over the years, man. Remember when you first interviewed me and we first connected on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, just going. I mean, just
That
all in
first
all,
interview
people
that
out
we,
there. I've
we did.
seen Brother Bomani.
Now, son, trying to get you to take it back to when you reached out to me and told me to come on a radio program. That's how we started getting connected. Just trying to get to share a reference, and then you
Yeah.
can just remind us all what we talked about, and then based on what we talk about, what we have accomplished since then.
Okay, so yeah, going back from there, that was maybe 2016, 2015, 2016, sometime like that. And Brother Bomani had already been taking tours to Ghana, like he said, and to different places on the continent. And what somebody real like himself has experienced is trying to build communities already. So he had already gone through like the hardships of starting with one community over here and then one community over there, and things not working out, or see, going through the bumps and bruises basically. And by the time I came around and was met, we were working with one community in Techiman, and we wanted to do the same thing there. Well, things didn't work out there. uh and I've just seen it get to a point where, okay, now we went past through Garvey Town. Those people were completely doing wrong things with what they were doing, and so now we found some solid group of brothers that are actually going to do what they say, and we're committed to it, and we've built this thing literally from the ground up, and yeah, it's not going anywhere. We're already going into a phase 2. Phase 1 is complete, and pretty much it's just looking towards the future. Like, it's seeing from where it came to where it is now, it's a hell of a big difference, man. And the energy keeps on flowing, keeps being more and more people attracted to it. And I think that's where we're getting the detractors from, is from it growing and growing. But yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much the gist of it. It's just oh, this is a brother Caligenesis on. Yeah,
All
brother
right, I
Chaz, you
heard
there?
some music. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Kyla.
Hey, what's going on, John? What's going on, Bomani?
Nothing much,
Yo, what's
man.
going on, brother? What's up? Yeah, I'm at a Liberian family reunion out here. You see all the music, baby. I had to call in. Bomani summoned me. Because
What's
Liberian
up,
family
Kyla?
reunion. They can't stop this, man. This Pan African. I got a Liberian family that's like 200 years connected to Black America and Liberia. And they have Liberians that was over there, Liberians, the state of the state of America, they've been keeping contact for 200 years. So they got land in Liberia and land here. I want to farm right here.
Is there any way you can get a kind of vehicle color?
Get it where?
Let me meet you
He
for a second.
having fun, boy.
Yeah, you're jamming.
I
Sounds
was
good.
say Kyla
But
having some
I got you
fun.
muted. Is there any way you can get to a vehicle, or you can get somebody you can talk for 5 minutes? If not, it's all good. I understand you're jamming. But,
Yeah. Let me go. Let me go to my car. I'll
okay,
be in my
got you.
car.
I got you.
I told my handler I'll be in my car for a couple minutes. Right?
Perfect. That
All
works.
right.
Yeah, yeah, family. I want to say something real quick to that. That's part of the whole thing, because you see a lot of naysayers is from people that you know won't come over to Africa, or won't make the moves, won't do things. But as you can see, like, once you get there, you get plugged in, you get a whole different drive, you get a whole different motivation. So that's really whole part of the whole puzzle right there, is just getting there and connecting. Then you start building, then you start seeing, okay, where can I insert a business? Okay, when can I insert some of my time, some of my energy into? And you can see our brother Kala. I'm so happy for him, and going out there. He's in Liberia. He had been talking about that for years, and he's there. You know what I'm saying? Not everything's going to be perfect. Not everything's going to be perfect. And
We're
going
gonna
back
be
to what I was saying,
progressing, and
that's
that's
what
what you know.
brother Bomani had went through throughout the years. But he's learned the ropes, and it's to a point now where it's getting to be perfected. And people just have to understand that nation building is definitely not easy. As we can see, we're just building a community. We're starting off with a community, and that's not easy, but we're getting it done.
Yeah, and one of the things too is that this was a serious interview. It could go like, well, no, I'm not interested in doing anything to move there. How can I do to help? You dig what I'm trying to say? And that's the difference between a constructive spirit and a destructive spirit. Um, this guy wasn't coming off with
Hmm.
that. His main emphasis was trying to prove that Bomani is some kind of a scammer and something was wrong with this thing because he wouldn't allow the homosexual swirling element, whatever, blah blah blah. And that was pretty much answered, but he was harping on things that
Well,
had no business
oh
being
well.
harped upon. I can understand answering a question, but all those things again, but Bomani said was right there on the site. And really quiet as kept. He could have answered it. He
Definitely.
could have answered, well, have you gone to the site yet? You need to go to the site and see what's going on.
Nah, he didn't go to the site. He didn't go to the site.
Apparently, and he had a few days to
Yeah.
do it because he announced that he was trying to do this thing a couple of days ago. So, it doesn't take much to do that. Yeah, okay, you might have about 3,000
Yeah,
hours
that
of
wasn't
it,
his MO.
videos, but still just the same. If you're really interested, you try to be about your craft, then you try to be exhaustive as possible. And I'm not saying he had to watch each and every video, but there were certain videos, especially the most recent one, that gave a good synopsis that actually I thought was quite valuable because it actually walks you through the Africa for Africans site. So he could have gotten all his
Right.
information that he needed to, and basically took this whole interview in a whole different constructive direction. Instead, he's busy trying to, he's busy trying to cut off the heads of somebody else to make himself seem taller, and that's just
Yeah.
not right.
He barked up the wrong tree.
Oh yeah, definitely so, definitely so. And I mean, and Bomani's basic question, well, what are you doing? And I mean, see, because with all the videos that Bomani have, this stuff ain't monetized. Homeboy stuff is monetized.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Man.
I'm in a car. I'm on my car now, right? So you can hear me clearly, right? Little party.
that's clear.
Yeah. Like I
Brother
said,
College
thanks
Genesis.
for having me on. Thanks for having me on, brother Bomani, Jonathan Kofi Hill, man. You brought him the hell up over the years, man. I remember he was a knucklehead when I first met him, man. Coming at me every day on every kind of shit, man. I'm really proud of him, man. Really proud of how he
Yes,
matured
sir.
and grew up
Yes, sir.
as a man,
Yeah, look, yeah.
like that, You really,
Yeah.
really showed yourself. But like I said,
Yeah.
I immediately I told Bomani a couple months ago, right? That sooner or later he's gonna come after you, right? Bomani said, okay. I said, I knew it, right? As soon as somebody discovered, what I would like to know, who fingered Bomani to this guy, because people, you understand, some people finger him. He gets his information. He finds out people because somebody said, check this guy out. Just like somebody said, check this guy Kyle Genesis out, right? And he go, okay, let me look at it and whatnot. Because I haven't really done any business, he can't accuse me of scamming, as you said, scamming. Every time you deal with African Americans, scamming. Everybody says scamming, And so anyway, so he wanted to do character assassination. Character assassination. This guy really doesn't like Africans. My fiance is African. What the fuck is he talking about? I have more in the BAL. I have more Africans than I do African Americans in there. I talk to more Africans every day than I do African Americans.
Mhm.
What the fuck is he talking about? What we talking about is a fucking mindset.
Nothing.
The thing is, like I was telling Bomani earlier, right? We got to get out of this notion just because somebody was born in Africa or Jamaica that they're more African than African Americans, right? These are Negropeans, Europeans, Afropeans, right? Posing as Africans, right? They're agents of the
Mhm.
British crown, the French crown, whatever the hell you want to talk about. They think because they are agents. They've been living off the power of the British Empire and everything. And the African American interest in Africa threatens that. That's what this is all about. We don't need them. We don't need approval from the UK and all these other clowns and whatnot because we're the source of power. Black America connecting directly with Africa is a threat, on every level. That's what this is all about. That's what it's like. Notice how he doesn't talk about the Chinese people that for $50 million bought off that prime beachfront property in Sierra Leone. He don't talk about the swarms of Chinese and Lebanese that are in the Congo right now. I have Congolese brothers telling me, man, what the fuck are we going to do? They're building whole towns. White Americans and Chinese are building whole cities in the Congo, raping the thing, living like kings and queens in our own land while we're suffering. The president of Congo just kicked the Chinese out, said, get the fuck out. We don't want your fucking thing. Because why? Because he's going to have a revolution in hand. They do not want these freaking non-black people in there. They want African Americans, And as the bottom line is this. They want the black people from the West, and they don't want these Negropean fuckers in the fucking continent, So the bottom line, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and just understand that there's nothing they're going to do is going to stop us, I don't give a damn how many YouTube videos they make. I don't care what they say. They're not going to stop this, This is too many years in the making. He just got to know what he was up against. He didn't know what the fuck is up against. Just come on that, what the fuck is he crazy? This is hundreds of years in the making, And the bottom line, when he came up against me, he made a mistake. He said last week, man, I don't know much about it. Yeah, I made a message. I'll rip you to pieces because he has no credibility. When you don't talk about the real threat to Africa, which is the whites, the Chinese, everything, and only thing you want to talk about is some African Americans. You want to beat up on the Bag family? Yeah, they're not that educated. Yeah, Ricky's a little shady, but is that any reason to freaking we're gonna throw the man under the bus? He's in the game, for God's sake. He's making something out of himself. He's doing something. He's living his dream. He's living in Africa, you know? So the hell what? You know, yeah, we're going to make mistakes. Yeah, some people are going to be disappointed. But I'm not sick and tired of walking on eggshells. And we're going to, if Africa's ours, we got to start acting like it's ours. When you're in your own house, you don't apologize for nothing. If you want to freaking leave your shoes at the front door, you can. If you don't want to, it's your house. That's how we got to start acting like Africa is our house. Then we ain't no guest here. We fucking belong here. Don't tell us how we're gonna conduct our business. We'll how best we see fit. And you hope, and we can hope that we can keep ourselves in line, that we make things better. But to do nothing and think we're gonna stay in America and then don't do nothing while if the rest of the world waiting something, you got to be fucking out of your goddamn mind. You know? Sorry I went off on a tangent, brothers, but you know.
True.
Yeah, you know what the thing with him, he has credibility. Credibility means believability, and you have people who will believe him. What he lacks is integrity. And there's a difference between having credibility and integrity. You can have integrity and nobody believe you, but your integrity is still intact. In other words, whatever you're saying is still the truth. People can tell a lie and be credible.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question, brother. When he says that he started off by baiting us, right? By saying Bomani wants an African American owned thing, and then on his last video, Bomani's on, he said you're not Jamaican. He kept saying I'm Jamaican. So nowhere he wants to paint this picture of an African American. He said, Jamaica said, I'm from Jamaica to Jamaica. I assimilate with the African Americans. We're all brothers and sisters. I guess the Negropean don't understand that shit. But Jamaicans, when you come, as soon as you step in America, you're African American, whether you like it or not. You know, I guess you don't understand the Negro wake-up call theory, you know? When you get to this country, no matter what you fucking think you are,
it's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? As soon as you get called nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
You know what church you're going to go to on Sunday, you know? You know what I'm saying? If I got to remind motherfuckers when they come over here one night, as soon as you step on this soil in America, right, you're going to get your nigga wake-up call. You know, all that FBA, ADOS, all that kind of stupid shit doesn't mean shit to me. You know, if you black, you black. That's all that fucking matters. You know? But let me ask him. He said something about African Americans only. First of all, if you look at Bomani's group, he has Caribbeans, he has Ghanaians, he has everybody and everything, and this guy always talks about the African family. So if you believe yourself to be an African family, if you have our spirit, the African family spirit, which means we're race, we understand what happened to us, we understand who the fucking enemy is, the white motherfuckers who fucked us over, right? You are part of the African family. If you're heterosexual, you believe in a white man, woman, child, you're part of the African family. So the bottom line, unfortunately, a lot of African Americans fit that bill because we believe in that. That's all we got. You know, so of course there's going to be the majority of African Americans who think like that, you know, because of the hell we went through. Now you got some people that come over, like the same people that's saying, stay out of Ghana, right? When this shit gets up and running, they're going to be first ones. Can I get a piece of land? Can I come over there? Can I come over with y'all, you know? They're going to catch the vapors, like Vince Martin said. They're going to catch the vapors, you know? But the bottom line, what they want to do is it's an ongoing assault against African Americans, man. You know, it's an ongoing. So we got to we as African Americans in America, we got to start defending ourselves. We're Pan Africanists, but we got to start defending ourselves because they know if they can basically keep this one group of people isolated from the African struggle or de-Africanize us and stuff like that, or dismiss us, our African heritage and everything, and also like if they can do that, man, then they won. Because African Americans are key to this whole thing, you know, this whole thing, and so therefore that's why they keep saying African Americans, African Americans, African Americans, African Americans, you know. But mine's like, yo, I'm Jamaican. He said, no, you're not. He gonna tell the mine you ain't Jamaican. What kind of shit is that? I ain't never seen nothing in my life.
Man, disinformation. It's just disinformation. That's all.
Yeah, well, I mean, troublemakers know how to do what they do, man.
Well, perfect. Let me, Brother Prince, are you on? We have one person that's in our queue. I'm trying to see if he can unmute himself. Well, you're unmuted.
Hey, brother Monty. But anyway, I got to get back to this festival. It was
All right,
nice seeing
Kyla.
you. I just had to chime in, brother Shay. Everybody's on and whatnot. John, thanks for having me. I love you, brothers. Keep up fighting.
Thank you,
Love
my
you.
Hopefully,
friend.
link with you with Brandon tomorrow night.
Hey, have
Look,
fun,
keep the
brother.
fire.
Have fun out
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later.
One love, brethren.
All right. See you.
Yes, my brother Prince, you are up.
And somebody put on here, well, the guy's name is Negropean. What do you expect? And that is pretty much on point.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. That didn't because I didn't even like
you know,
realize it when I was like I started listening to the video. Then I was like, I looked at his name. I was like, whoa, who the hell would name themselves that? Like that? Like
well,
that? That's like.
again,
Let me see
shock
what
value
shit
and
he's on.
sensationalism,
Like,
brother. Well, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Look, if you really wanted to make some money out here,
yeah,
right? Get you a website that is directed at the patriots. Sell all kind of memorabilia, Trump T-shirts and cups, and let's make America great again and all that shit. You make a lot of money,
yeah.
right? Okay, you ain't gotta be committed except for to be making money. Same thing. Same thing.
And we are living in a troll culture for real nowadays. Like this
You have a
getting
monetized
crazy,
culture.
man. We gotta
Yeah,
get up out of here.
monetized culture.
We gotta get up out of here.
Yeah, well, getting up out of here is just really the
Build the
first step.
right
But
way.
guess what? You still run into the same individuals over there. You still got some over there. So, I mean, it's still the same thing. The fight goes on. The fight goes on. The real danger that's happening is that if anybody can actually activate the grassroots people or make the grassroots people, I should say make, but invite the grassroots people to understand what's really at hand here and that we all have a right to this planet. We all do. Okay, there's enough room on this planet for everybody, several times over.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the real danger. People don't want to see fair things going. They don't want to see justice happening. Okay, we are really the last stand against justice. It's really quite as kept when you think about it. The whole 500-year process of the slavery and the of the various persecutions and Jim Crows and all that stuff, quiet as kept. It's really quite an honor that we are the ones that stand. Okay, because all we're doing is
That's part of
continuing
our culture.
fight the people who failed before, and a lot of them people was persecuted in Europe throughout European history. All they did was transfer it over to the Americas, Australia, New Zealand, Africa. So I mean, you think about it for a minute. In reality, it's quite an honor that we get a chance to stand, and all we have to do is just do some thinking so that we are not out-thunk. That's all it comes down to. And if anybody can do it, we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, I mean, you look at all the various accomplishments that have occurred. Even this project right here. More people have been able to do what because of Bomani. We've done more than Garvey did in the same amount of time. Okay. Now Garvey got the press and everything. Don't get me wrong. And some folks moved to Africa after all that Black Star Line thing went down. But we've been able to actually get something moving that's going somewhere that will actually help our people.
Yeah,
okay, all we got to do is go there with the intention of getting everybody rich, and that changes the game. That changes the game.
Question says, how can we get behind our people and push them forward? I mean, I guess one thing is, accountability, being organized, being together,
setting the best example. Setting the best example.
Yeah.
Setting the best example will do it. Because people will tend to gravitate toward the things that seem to work. The reason why this other stuff is operating the way it's operating because it seems to work, right? People want to go, I monetize the channel, I'll monetize myself, I sell myself. Massa, I'll be a yes man. Well, that seems to work, right? I can get recruited, I can get promoted and all that good stuff. Okay. Well, we have to show them the alternative that works. Okay, so something that's really based on some real virtue. A lot of what all you have to do is look at what is being targeted out here. What's being targeted is virtue. They don't want you to love. They don't want you to even think
Mm.
about what love is. You could actually define love. The one reason a lot of this stuff works is on a love thing. Okay, when they talk about so-called white folks sticking together, bullshit. Excuse my language, but that's what time is balderdash. Okay, they stick together because they are commanded to. They conform and comply, no more, no less. Well, now
Mm.
that gets broken down when something else goes on that serves their best interest. However, if you have love,
You're
then
right.
love is the
You're
best
right.
interest. I'm going to look out for you because you are me and I am you, and I am because we belong to each other. Simple as that.
That's right. That's right.
Simple
You
as
know,
that.
I always thought about that. It's like it don't matter about personal differences or this or that. It's pushing the stuff to the side and getting the job done, getting things on code, staying together, and working towards something for our people, for our
Right.
children. This is
That's the
about
love.
children, our children's children. We decide to have petty differences or point out this and that or say, oh, I'm gonna go and do it my way. That's just one less person that's away from the piece of the pie. If we
Yeah.
had, man, I just wish, just more of us would just come together. It's just,
Yeah. I mean
that would
that's a
be better. More of
developmental
us
thing
that
that
are
works.
like-minded that want to see this thing.
Yeah. Well, that's a developmental thing. That's about interior decorating. But again, we lead by example. And the main thing is like, yeah, you may have some petty differences, right? You might prefer to wear a red
Hmm.
shoe on one foot and a blue shoe on the other foot, and a green hat, and that's you. Okay. I
Yeah.
might prefer one of
Yeah.
my shoes to be green and polka dot. That's me. But that's
Well,
petty. It
do your
doesn't make it
polka
doesn't
dot
make it
thing.
real different. Yeah, yeah. You found me out. But anyway, the real thing that we need to focus on is what's really important. And we have a system that is basically
Hmm.
blinded people from what's really important so they can prioritize. When you look at human beings and all the rest of the creatures, all creatures are designed to solve problems, including humans. Humans are the only ones that can actually make problems for themselves and other creatures, animal, mineral, and vegetable. We're the only ones that can do that. In this system, this system keeps you from understanding
Mm.
how to first identify a problem and to know that you're making a problem for yourself. I liken it to the Three Stooges. If you ever watch the Three Stooges, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Them boys make problems for themselves. And the one that's the worst is Mo. I could deal with Larry, Curly, and Shemp, but that damn Mo something else, man. Mo got to go.
That's a
You know?
Negropean. That's exactly what it's doing. It's like causing confusion.
Yeah.
Just purposely
You
causing
know,
confusion, like what do you call it? A monkey wrench. You know what I'm
the
saying? Like
monkey
just
wrench, yeah, the
get up out of
sabotage,
here.
or whatever. I mean, that's all that
Yeah.
is. And and that could be the byproduct of him trying to. This is how he can make money. This is how he can make money.
Yeah.
Don't take much to make money out here,
But it
man.
ain't gonna stop us.
Yeah. You remember a few years ago the
I think the
lady that was
beautiful
a
thing,
preacher
Brother Chaz.
you said what, bro Kofi? I didn't hear you, but
No,
repeat,
go ahead.
please.
You said. I was saying, all in all, man, it doesn't matter. Like, while he was thinking he
Yeah.
was detracting, from what we're doing, really what it is like sisters and brothers out there that are listening, they're not stupid. They can discern, the wheat from the
The
tare.
ones that are able to,
For
yeah, the
those
ones that are
that
able to
have an
will.
ear, let them hear. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The ones that are able to will, the ones that's
You know what
not
I'm
able to
saying?
won't.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it's kind of cool because it really does. It
yeah,
really narrows
as
narrows
you
the
were.
field as to who's supposed to be with us. Simple as that. I mean,
Yeah,
everything ain't for everybody. You've been to parties
right.
before, man, where you was the stuff, right? Everybody
Mhm.
come up to you and
Mhm.
hey, brother, what's happening? It's almost like you a celebrity. You go to another party, man, and I
Mhm.
mean, shoot, you'd have to set yourself on fire before somebody took a little notice to you. Okay, that's how life is.
Mhm.
That's how life
Mhm.
is. Okay,
Mhm.
so all he
That's
did was pretty much, it helped to
that's
narrow it
okay.
because there are people that are not thinking, and we're not really interested in those that are not thinking and not trying to think. The strength of this
That's
community is
exactly.
built on
That's the fact.
some love. and some combined intellect. Okay, some people that's trying
Mm,
to learn some
mm.
stuff.
Say that
Okay,
again.
okay, people that's trying to learn some stuff. Combined intellect. Not one of us knows everything. Not a one.
Nope.
So we are combining our
Nope.
intellect. That in itself speaks volumes. Think about it. Here we got committees, and on these committees we got
That's what a
people that we
community is.
okay. No, I'm not a committee now. Yeah, you're right. And that is what community is. But here we got
Right.
committees in our community that's actually planning how to do this, plan to do that, plan to do the other. Okay, all under the all under Bomani structuring. Okay, so I mean,
Mm-hmm.
damn. And in terms of owning the land, well, yeah, Bomani owns the land. He's the point man. But in reality, what are we? We are this cooperative that is owning the land and going to do things with the land. Okay. Negro European had not done his homework. Had he done it, he would have realized that part too. Okay. He would have seen the various things that shows that, okay, we're trying to do some things here. In a way, it's kind of cool that it didn't come out because, and that it did work the way it worked. Like I said, it narrowed the field about the kind of people that might be interested in us. And as we can start getting some things done, that'll make it happen. We're like a giant do-it-yourself group. Um, you mentioned earlier, Kofi, something about people with like minds, and I don't know if you ever watched the James Corbett show. James Corbett, he had a thing on there this past week about how do I connect with like-minded people. Well, that's a real problem for a lot of these other folk. But see, for us, we got this here working. Okay, and no, we're not going to agree on every little thing, but on the main thing, we're going to agree about. As long as you have the agreements about the main things that's necessary, you got some stuff that's working. I mean, everybody, here we're in a group where people are respecting each other's thoughts and viewpoints, though they may not agree when they at least they are able to be in a position where they can have a discussion about them and still set a direction. Are you all still there? I just see my stuff pulsating on the screen. That is, and I don't hear nothing coming back. Okay, I see Kofi face again.
Yeah. I'm back here. I'm back here, man. Yeah, I clicked the damn back button. I was looking at a comment, clicked the damn back button, and went out. Took me out of the damn studio, so I'm back now.
Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
yeah. But yeah, man. All in all, it's just detractors. People are naysaying. People that like you said, are throwing monkey wrenches, have nothing better to do, and we are literally building something. We are literally, going off of the shoulders of our ancestors. We're standing on their shoulders right now, and then we're going to pass that baton on, and it's not stopping. So
Yeah,
continue
well, I
your,
mean,
continue
well,
your hate.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna have that. I mean, you think about it. I mean, when you tell somebody that what your intentions are with regard to this move, you don't
Yeah.
get an agreement from everybody, and these are people that family people even.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, it's ain't nothing but a stepper, man. We just step on and do what we got to do.
Yeah.
We just step on and do what we got to do. That's all we can do. This is what it's about. We here to show. Really, when you really break it down, man. As far as from my perspective, the human experience is that we're supposed to out-human other humans. Show them how to be humans.
Mm.
Now, that's what our job
Okay.
is. What better way to be human than to be able to build sustainable community and be able to be interactive and be able to stand on something. A lot of folks ain't ready for that.
That's all right. That's all right. And I mean,
If they was ready for it, then we wouldn't have this movement. The movement would have already been in place.
well, I guess.
Okay, all we're doing is showing an alternative, which means we are thinking for ourselves. This is just the beginning, and going over there, like I said, it's not the cure-all, but it's certainly the damn beginning of a cure-all, or at least trying to find some kind of a cure-all. And that's all we can do.
Yes, sir.
That's all we can do. We're all feeling our way, thinking our way, trying to get the bumps and bruises that you mentioned, so we can get to where we got to get to. You get somebody without bumps and bruises, chances are because they ain't did nothing. Somebody that ain't made a mistake, they ain't did nothing. That's the
And
easiest way
that's
not to make
another
a mistake.
thing.
Don't do nothing.
Like we're on the precipice because it's like this thing is like legit. It's like the actual land is being developed. Is the attorneys are there. We got it's legalized. All our T's are crossed, I's are dotted. I mean, like we've got the energy from different people within the group itself, and I don't like you were saying earlier, brother Chaz, like you set the example, and I think that kind of is the best thing, like to get other brothers and sisters woken up and on board. They kind of have to see something at this point, because maybe a lot of them do think that hey, it's there's a lot of scams out there, and don't want to waste their time, or maybe just work on tangible something here in the diaspora or on the continent. Then they won't really see a community come into fruition. But if we go there and set this example and actually do it, then that will bring more people along in the future. And that kind of was always the goal, going back to the beginning with Bomani, just setting an
Right.
example.
Right. And the main thing too, we're doing this gracefully. We ain't knocking nobody upside the head for it. We are doing this gracefully.
Hmm.
And that's the main thing. And yes, it is hard work, but we're doing the hard work gracefully. That's why a lot of folks don't understand, folks. When you look at various athletes and they be out there doing their thing, Muhammad Ali or somebody, right?
Yeah.
And wow, he's so graceful. Well, what you ain't doing is that you ain't going to the practice and watching
Hmm.
them work that heavy bag. Okay, you ain't
Hmm.
watching them. You ain't with him when he's running that mile every day or 3 miles every day or whatever it is. Okay, was the same kind of thing.
Where was
Same
you at?
kind of thing. So we're
Yeah.
doing this gracefully, man, and it takes work. It takes practice. And like I said, our combined
Yeah.
intellect is what's really making it happen. Um, One of the things that I look at is that amongst the members, there's all kinds of intellect there. Now, a lot of folks, what a lot of folks don't realize is that they're convinced that they're not geniuses at a young age. Genius is in every person.
Mm.
Even retarded people got genius.
Hmm.
All we got to do is realize that genius and start putting it together.
Real talk.
Now, that's all it takes.
Real talk. Everybody's got their
That's all
own
it takes.
good thing that they love, that they're a part of, and you just bring that into the community and you just build from that. Like one person is going to be you know good at teaching, good at educating. Other people are good with their hands. Other people like farming. Other people like cooking. Other people like building. It's different. It's just all coming together, and it's different. you know
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, we
and
got about a quarter acre of land each. However, we own, we have some level of influence over this other acreage, including the acreage we're on. We're all part of each other.
yeah.
You think what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. It don't mean that you come into your house and you can't get to your bathroom because I'm up in it and everything. But it
Nah.
does mean that we have a certain autonomy and a
Yeah.
certain kind of interactivity that makes it happen. And that's what it's really more about.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what what's really, that's what it's really more about. To try and to try and see to try and understand what each other's ideas, abilities, interests are,
Mhm.
skills are.
Mhm.
Okay, because that way, if you have an idea to do something, well, I can go over here to this cat here because I know he knows something about such and such. Maybe he can give me some insight on it.
Right. That's
Okay, now that's what it's
that's
about.
nation building.
You can build all kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Including and especially your social infrastructure.
And the most beautiful thing about this, see, this is that's literally nation building of people with like mind. We all have, like you said, different skill sets, different geniuses, different gifts, but we're
Right.
literally nation building. We're literally nation building because we have the like mind. Okay, we want Black African power. We want the upliftment of our people. Okay, When we have a community, okay, say right now it's 65, 70 people. Okay, that's a small number, cool. But just imagine that over time. Just imagine what you were just saying. Like, okay, everybody has their own gift, and then it's replicated. Once we start building, once we start getting bigger and bigger, then more people will come. Then, we're having children. It's gonna get replicated. It's just nation
Right,
building.
right. I mean, and effectively, what you've got is a bunch of ambassadors. That if we get this thing just right, you got a bunch of ambassadors that can go throughout Africa and replicate the whole process. Now, essentially, that's what you have.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about what we're doing is that even if somebody started another group, this is part of the template that they'll be using.
Yeah.
It's part of the template. There'll be things that they'll see that they like that they'll take out, and things that they don't like they'll leave out.
Right.
Now that's
All right, brother
that's what that's
Bomani still
about.
on. Bro,
All I see is a
let me see,
photograph and a
brother
muted
Prince.
microphone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether he
Yeah.
took the well he left us with the field and the ball. We'll just kick it around.
Hey, I guess community
A lot of
building,
people
nation
don't get
building.
that.
That's what you do.
I
Yeah.
appreciate whatever I get.
Just keep it going.
Yeah,
And
keep
that's
it
the
going,
beautiful
dude.
thing while we talking to people out there, like, hey, like, organization is not just about one person. As we're growing up, like, you playing in sports, what did the coach always say? There's no I in team. So it's not just about, one individual person, or else it won't get done. No, if somebody else is not there, or for whatever reason take it
Right,
out of the picture, you pick up that stick and keep it moving. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
right.
that's
I
the
mean,
that's the beautiful thing is,
yeah,
about
you don't
this.
spell weed. Yeah, you don't spell weed with big eyes and little U's.
Mm,
Okay,
mm.
that ain't how it's spelled. It's
That's
like you
right.
don't spell man. It's like you don't spell man B-I-G. Simple as
Okay.
that. Okay,
No,
so we
right.
standing on something. We standing
Yeah.
on something. And I mean, like I said, that um, the Negro European he comes off to the uninitiated as being great, being intelligent or whatever. But in
Yeah,
reality,
he's
that
intelligent.
to me, he shows it's surface intelligence if it's that much. I mean, yeah, he knows how to
Yeah.
work his thing the way he works it, but I mean, he really could have gotten a lot more traction as far as I'm concerned had he been more on his homework and then asked some real
Yeah.
substantive questions. The questions were like baby
Well,
questions.
that's the thing. Well, yeah, maybe that was by design. Maybe that's what his whole
It
point
is
is.
by
Because,
design,
like I was
brother.
saying, I was looking. I
It
was looking
wasn't
at
nothing
all
but the Oprah
his
Show, Jerry
some of his
Springer, and
videos.
Maury Povich all rolled into one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't like Mike Douglas or early Phil Donahue or something, or Arsenio Hall for that matter. Because Arsenio Hall, man, that's got to be one of the best interviewers I've ever seen in my life. Okay, this man was not
Arsenio
asking for
Hall. Who?
questions that made some way. Yeah, Arsenio Hall when he had his show, man, I saw that man interview Little Richard. I
Yeah.
saw him interview Eddie Murphy, Mr. Rogers. That was one of the best interviews
Uh-huh.
I ever saw him do. Okay, but the thing of it is that this man was not really interviewing. He wasn't drawing out something so you get a chance to learn
Yeah. He was.
who this
He was.
Bomani is. Okay,
No, he
and
was
and
nitpicking.
purposely went out of his way to cause
Detract.
this sensationalism, this excitement going nowhere.
Right. Just to detract, and we don't. Honestly, and people out there, we don't got time for that. Who got time for
You know,
that?
it ain't, it
At
ain't,
this stage in the game.
yeah. The only
At this
time we
stage
had
in the
for it,
game.
yeah, and it's good for. I mean, it's good that we know what we're working with out there, and also, like I said, you look at the various commenters, and you can see what some of those people weren't thinking.
Yeah, that Lisa Sue lady. She kept saying she claimed she was from the continent. I don't know, whatever, but she was saying some very negative things, and it was like, wow, like, that's the type of people that are up against us. But
Yeah, well, I mean, people that
it's
ain't
not
doing
the
no
truth.
thinking.
It's not fact based.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you think about it. You're living right now on a planet where people believe that if they put on two masks, it's going to save them from a disease that people have been getting any damn way
Yeah.
since, as far as we know, since
Yeah.
humans been here. Over the common flu is what it really come down to. Okay, so I mean,
Right.
people not doing homework. It's no different. I tell you what it's like. Give you an example of not
Right.
thinking. Think about something you learned about in school called the Boston Tea Party. Okay, and these people are
Okay.
called heroes. Now, if I go to a gas station or a bank
Right.
disguised as you, who they gonna come for? If I go there to rip off a gas station or a bank, and I'm
Mhm.
disguised as you, they gonna come for you. Where's the
Mhm.
hero part there? If you're the real hero, you won't be disguised as somebody else so that they go and give somebody else a hard time. Don't nobody
Mhm.
talk about that part of it. Along with the fact that knowing the mentality of these people who stole people from land and land from people, well, are you sure they threw that tea in the harbor, or they have an underground tea selling network? Probably buying some of that tea today
Hmm.
without even knowing. Okay. Furthermore, in three drafts of that Declaration of Independence, they indicated that there was a conflict between them and the Native Americans. Where is the history that's written about what they were doing to Native Americans after that incident? Since they were wrongly accused, wrongly presented. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
these are the kind of things I'm
I
talking
think
about.
yeah, it's all about, I guess, perspective and agenda. People like Negropean, his agenda is to push wrong, wrongful narratives and misinformation to discredit uh, progressive black people, African centered, black African people. That's his agenda. We have our agenda, our mission, what we're doing. So we just stand on our course, and these people, it's like, well, oil and water. I mean, it's not gonna mix, and that's okay.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, yeah,
okay.
I mean, the
That's
thing
okay.
of it,
Like
and actually,
we got what
his
we're
religion
doing.
is to make the money. If he'd been
Yeah,
paid from the other side, he'd been boosting it up.
yeah,
Either
yep.
way, he lacks integrity.
All right,
If you're gonna be somebody's yes man because it's gonna profit you, then you lack integrity.
hmm
Okay, now that's what it comes down to.
and he's gonna end up helping us out. Really, that's all that did.
Uh, everything in
It
the
really
universe.
helped us out.
Well, the thing of it is that everything in divine order, Kofi. Okay,
Mhm.
and when you know it's divine, then you just operate along those lines, and anything that happens is still going to be to your advantage, even if you don't like what happens. Think about the times if you thought about doing something, you didn't do it, and oh, you missed it, but it turned out it was to your advantage not to have done it.
Hmm.
Okay,
Everything happens for a reason, I guess.
okay, yeah. We don't know that much. We know enough to try and do as right as we can do. That's all it comes down to. When you're on your way to doing your thing, that's all that really counts. That's all that really
Yeah.
counts. Everything else is neither here nor there. You know, it's like the Japanese principle of Bushido, used amongst the samurai. So when you face an enemy and there's a crowd all around you and they're shouting and whatever, throwing things into the area where you're about to do your battle, you maintain your focus on what you got to do. Damn the rest of them. Be aware that they're there, but the main thing is you keep your focus on what you got to do.
Mm,
That's all it comes down to.
right. All right,
You know,
man.
they're,
It's
they're
been about an hour and a half. I don't know, but this other guy Prince is on, or brother Bomani there.
Prince said he was going back in to do something. I forgot what it was. I couldn't hear it very well anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. He said his mic wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
So let me see.
Okay, so he's listening to
I don't know
us.
where I don't know where my camera went. Here, I'm trying to press.
All
Uh,
right, so Prince, there you go. Let's see if that works. Yeah, you're on. So,
can y'all see me?
No,
no, your camera's off.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah,
you
but
turn them
mine's
all
still
off.
from here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I turned mine off also. So,
yeah, I turned mine off
Okay.
also.
family. That's the situation we deal with, family. This guy, the unapologetic Negropean, literally, family. These are the black devils that they sent to destroy black people. So
Hey man,
we're just
it's
warning everyone: don't feed into his foolishness and things like that. I mean, I spared everyone and went and cussed him out myself and talked to him like nobody else I've talked to him before. And let him, because yes,
Man,
you have to get crazy with people sometimes. Sometimes I have to go off on them. I've
sometimes
had to go off on your buddy Kofi Holip, that that
yo,
that
yeah, yeah,
that wankster that used to be that wankster that was doing whatever is in New York, that's in his basement hanging out and running his mouth off about everybody else. You know, some people are so jealous and weak. They sit there
I mean,
and they just skip around on YouTube and they just do their little fake bootleg shows, and then you can see how excited they get when people send them a little donation. That's why he's like, "You know, if you're trying to monetize, like he's about to lose his mind." I was like, "That's my business. What you worried about how I get money and how I do business?" Obviously,
right.
I'm not desperate. I'm not here begging and putting up cash at me, do this, do that. And like him, just he's just excited when he see the little euros hit his account. He's a bum. Instead of getting his big, strong self up and going out there and being a producer and putting some work in, yeah, they're dependent on the system. I think he will live off like social welfare and or maybe that white devil girlfriend of his is taking care of him.
man, who knows, man?
Maybe
It's
not.
all types of
I've
craziness
been to
out
take
there.
care of the mission. And see, like people like that. I mean, you think about monetization. It's really a poison that makes you a slave to money. Being a slave to money is still a slave. Don't get me wrong. I don't have an aversion to money, but money makes a fine servant, but a horrible master. Okay, and you got people that all you gotta do, man, is look at the thing with what's his name, Lil Nas X Montero. All right, he getting paid.
And that's what I tell folks, man. I don't want to get all that commercial on that stuff, and I'm dead serious. The videos I use it is for my own personal business. Everybody's on YouTube for their own personal reason. All right. I don't
Yeah,
have a database that's gonna have all those videos logged in to where we can access them anytime when we're doing our business and doing presentation. And then I'm not trying to be skipping ad all day long. Sometimes I have people here, and 3 or 4 videos get playing, and then we have discussions about it. We don't have time for that stuff, man. He don't understand that because he don't want to go out there and put real work in, like real men do, and build business enterprise and build a career. He said it himself that he's not for uplifting black people. He has no energy. He's one of them bootlicking Uncle Tom coon Jamaicans or fake Jamaicans. He's not even real Jamaican, but his parents are from Jamaica. That's all it is. Nothing else. You don't have any connections, and things like that. And you don't understand. I'm not used to men acting that way he's acting. You know what I mean? Men act like he have a vagina between his legs or something, and and that's why this one video was out gossiping men with vagina, and that's all directed to him.
yeah.
Because we literally never seen men act like this. It's
Oh no, no,
this
no.
guy is
We
a
used
big,
to didn't
strong
see so
black
many
man.
of them act like that, but
I
they've
think
been there.
I think he was butt broken. Butt broken by one of his
Well, I don't know about all that part, but I do know that you
boy
got some
toy.
folks that stuck on that, stuck on what they can get to get their money, and they don't care how they get it.
Yeah, you think he's gonna come up? He's gonna come up on me and something. It's like, yo, you can run all your mouth, all you want to do. What we do take a whole lot of skills and a whole lot of work and a whole lot of connection and a whole lot of many things. So people can choose to do business with him and see what he's gonna get for you. The guy has never even been to Africa, and he's
Mm.
telling me how to do business and things like that. Like you created a law book of how we do our business. I have videos of me and the chief. We right there we're talking and we're explaining everything to everyone. So I'm telling them I'm not gonna sit around and do that. So if you're gonna have to sit there and watch the videos of the community if you're interested, you're gonna have to sit there and read the details on the website if you want to do tours or whatever you want to do with us. That's the only way I operate. We can't keep on operating off ignorance where you just wanted somebody just to tell you everything to the point where people will actually sit there and listen and believe him and actually support him. Yeah, and people, the first thing people like, oh, tell your truth, tell your truth. and that guy is just a militant guy, and he just wants people to follow his orders and things. And I was like my brother mentioned earlier, we was in the military, and them folks got things done. I'm not saying that they're magnificent at war and anything. I'm talking about logistically doing certain things. You're doing training, mission, you have organization, the structure, and you're getting things, and you need to move 5,000 people on a ship. You need to load it with jets. You need to do a bunch of things. It's certain organized movement.
They can build a city. They can build a city in a couple hours.
We can build a city, build a nation.
They can do it in a couple hours.
And that's all we do. We put our money together, and we've done tours, and now we're doing land, and we're doing many other things. And I view that simple process. So people have been hating and been jealous from day one, saying, how can this guy make money, do business, taking people to Africa, and how can he be selling people land, and he probably got it for free and things like that, when I got numbers all over what we do and wire transfers and everything. That land can sit there, develop by itself, give the chief what he needs and all that stuff. One thing about some of our people, you got to step their game up. You got to learn some kind of business and see how the world is in business. You expecting people just because people are going to Africa and doing things in a movement that we're supposed to do things for free. I'll be the first person to say I do look out for some people and things like that, but everything I do is is paid business, buying land or leasing acquiring land or being
Well, the community. Well, the main thing is, brother, however it is, you ain't took nothing from somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So those
okay, and that's the real problem. Yeah, the real problem is that where the real problem I had is where you attack your integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that's the real problem. I don't care about what somebody, whatever your knowledge is on anything, and everybody makes mistakes. But if those mistakes have nothing to do with your integrity, I'm cool. He attacked integrity. Show me where this man is dishonest, please.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. Although his bait was indicating that he was going to do that. No.
Right.
And for the rest of those commenters, as I said, how do you know that he didn't break them off something to comment in the way they commented?
Yeah, I think that's part of the whole sensationalism thing that you're talking about. People like to pick and point at controversy. I guess controversy is another thing that sells. So like to pick and point and find things, and you see something progressive going on, and you find a so-called weakness or something that
something that could be perceived as a weakness.
Yeah, something that could be perceived as a weakness that's even wrong.
And it don't even have to be. And I mean, let's face it. Like I said, you live in a place where the system is that people do not question things thoroughly. They don't question their own thinking.
Right. They just go along with the flow.
So yeah, and that's cool that those people are like that, because like I said, it narrows the field. Because the ones that's thinking, then they'll be moving in this direction.
Right.
Simple as that. I mean, that's pretty cool right there.
Right.
I already know the. I mean, if I see you don't wash your hands, and you don't wash your face, then I don't need to sip out the same spoon or the same that you sipping out of. Okay, that ain't for me. Okay,
right. You got no hygiene.
Your hygiene habits are questionable. Then we may not be eating from the same bowl together. Okay,
right. That's just that simple.
Just that simple. That's just that simple. And that's all it is. I mean, like I said, you ain't gonna get it. You don't need everybody. Just all you need is like somebody's.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, man. I don't care what you put on YouTube. You could say that well, you got people that say different things on there.
Yep.
But you put anything on there, and you will get somebody to follow you.
YouTube. That's what it is.
YouTube. You can get anybody to follow you. Anybody for anything, especially ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
You ain't got to get everybody, just a few somebody, so you can maintain your stuff.
Right.
Simple as that, man. Shoot. So everybody may not be on what you own, and that's cool, because there's a lot of folks I don't watch because I ain't on what they own.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't no problem with that. Shoot. shoot, if it's 6 billion or 8 billion people on the planet, well, out of that billion, there's gonna be a few of them that's gonna be cool, and all you need is a few.
And but yeah, that's the problem is that these people coming in and they're trying to detract from what others are doing, and that's when they got to get called out. And like how Brother Bomani just went on his show, straightforward, direct. He addressed him a day or so after he made the video about him. So
yeah,
we're straight to you. Dude wasn't expecting that. He just thought he could just,
and he thought he would be able to milk it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he might still be able to, but it ain't gonna go. It's gonna make it worse for himself.
Right.
But again, those that are blind followers, like with everything else, blind following, man, will mess you up.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes, in life, you get to, scam people, you want to bully people, But sometimes, you kick the hornet's nest.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on one's personality, character, quality of character, quality of the content of the character.
And I think that's a problem.
Yeah, you have to have the quality of the content of your character, and it has to be based on justice. It has to be based on integrity. It's got to be based on virtues. Mm-hmm. If it's not based on virtues, you're just messing up right there. Now, it might appeal to some people. As I say, you can always get some audience for something. Okay. But the thing of it is that if it ain't really based on something, you won't have anything substantial that it'll be lasting enough.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, hogwash, or you feel people that are not being productive. Just
it even gets worse because think about it. If we've accomplished what we've accomplished right now since the beginning of our project,
right?
Imagine what it'll be like in another year, another 2 years. Okay, so we'll have even more completed. So now, what will those the commenters have to say if they weren't paid? Are those cicadas in the background at your place? Must be, because I didn't hear. I thought maybe over here it was so loud.
Yeah.
Yep. Over your place, yeah. Yeah, they on, man. They making that music. But yeah, that's what time it is, man. A lot of the folks we have on there, I question whether they're also on a payroll. Some might be really sincerely about watching it and not doing research. And like I told you, when you think about it, it's the people that's willing to do a little research, people that's willing to do a little thinking, people that's willing to do the questioning. In the stages that we've gone through, and that from just various committees where we've had different conversations about how to do this, how to do that, how to do the other. And those things are subject to change as we're faced with more of the realities. But at least we're on the right track in that the basic elements that are required is that you ask the questions and you're looking to try and improve the situation.
Yeah. It's people being detractors. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is a distraction. He's a distraction, and I mean, it's not really. For the purpose of the conversation here, to understand how that whole mechanism can work, that's all right. But in reality, I mean, he's one of many. Like I said, we got him amongst our friends and family, all amongst our kith and kin, all over. Okay. So, I mean, and again, it goes back to people that are willing to try and find something. Trying to find something, really trying to make something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Really trying to make something happen, and you don't have that out there.
Yeah, like I was saying, earlier on in my introduction, like here I am, don't have too much time. Like I'm like, I might have a Saturday off, might have a Sunday off, but I'm working, just trying to get to the point where, I'm over there, and then when I'm over, be 100%. But like I'm here, and I'm doing what I can do, but being progressive.
Right.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is be on your way.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is be on your way. You know, as long as you're moving on your way, then you are going to get to where you got to get to. And if you don't get there, well, they know you died on your way to getting to what you're going to get to.
Right. I want to have like some legacy for my children. You know, something to pass down to them. I know, you know, we could do that with starting business, you know, and this and that, but definitely we have a community there. You know, something where it's free of Yoruba's mindset, European mindset, free of, you know, all of this false narratives going on, free of like all these different agendas. Then I
Fair
know
enough where
that's
they develop themselves. And see, and the real
yeah.
legacy you're giving to them is the fact that you were part of something that built something
Hmm.
that they're probably still building on. You dig what I'm saying? Now that's the real legacy.
Yeah.
That's the real legacy. You know, whether you got this business going or 4 or 5 businesses going, and some of them are prospered, some of them didn't. The very fact that you was out there doing it is the real legacy. That's the real legacy. Doing for self. You got so many people that don't know how to do for self out here. And again, going back to system, when you think about it, I mean, shoot, 40 years ago, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that didn't know how to cook, especially women. All right. Now you got a lot of folk that don't know how to cook. If they do, it's only because they watch some chef shows and they've repopularized it again using sensationalism of the media. We have to be aware of that. You know, so here you have with this legacy of you being able to do for self. You got very few. Matter of fact, for that matter, you got very few young men that know which end of a screwdriver or a hammer to hold. You have to know the difference between the two.
Right.
Okay, so it's about that kind of a legacy where you have some people that know how to do some things.
Right. Something like you said. Each one of us have our own talents.
Right. Well,
We
well,
just
the
come
thing
and
of it,
bring it
each one of
together.
us have our own talents, and one of them big talents is knowing how to be friends with each other, which again goes back to love. So if you know how to be friends with each other well enough, and you have that love, hey man, that stuff is contagious. That stuff is contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is contagious. See, you got some stuff that can catch the world. And besides, when you really break it down, it's the actions that speak louder than the words. Because talk don't care who talk it, and talk is the cheapest thing you can do. It's like with prayers. If you ain't making your actions your prayers, you ain't praying.
Right.
Okay, you can pray that you ain't gonna wet your bed, but hell, until you get out that bed and go to the bathroom, you taking a chance there. And you really don't want that prayer to be answered because that could mean the shutdown of your kidneys and stuff. Why mess around? Use what you got.
You got some wet prayers.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, here your creator that created an entire universe, entire cosmos of stuff, right? Knows where every atom is, knows where every electron is in that atom at any given time. Created your hands, created your eyes. Your hands you grab with, your feet you walk with, your eyes you see with, your ears you hear with, and your brain you think with. And a lot of people do not value their brains and their minds to do so they can actually think their way through things.
right.
Okay, this is why we've been out throughout this time, right? I'm getting on the Underground Railroad so I
Yeah.
can
They think
go to
it's
freedom, right?
right.
Oh, they built the
Yeah.
Emancipation
We
Proclamation.
disorganized and
I can
misguided too.
be free. I got the 13th and 14th Amendments. I can be free and I can vote. And ain't none of them things been working. You need to be analyzing what's really going on. Okay, because apparently Apparently the dance y'all got ain't working for me. The food ain't good, the music
Yeah.
ain't good, and the dance steps is all wrong. That is, and when you think about it, that's one of them times we have to blame it on the boogie because that boogie ain't working. You got
Right.
to go to the right boogie. Simple as that. And I mean, people have to understand that, like, it's a level there's a lot of variety. And, like, him just trying to make a big thing out of this small little piece of acreage that Black Star community has. When you compare that to the rest of the acreage of Ghana itself, I mean, as a matter of fact, that's a small little piece of acreage right there just in the central region, let alone the entire Ghana. So what's his problem?
There's acreage everywhere.
Acreage every damn
Ac-
where. I don't. You got that little map I sent you from Visual Capitalist, and they were showing the real relative
Yeah, I
sizes.
seen that.
Okay, now you pay attention to that
Yeah.
map real closely. The places that you get a couple countries in North Africa that had different relative size, but the entire continent itself, its relative size was pretty much the same, and the same with South America. When you start going to the north, going to
Yeah.
Europe and Asia and North America, it all changes.
It gets it gets
It all changes.
it gets
Okay,
smaller.
so that ought to tell you something. That's a
Yeah.
lot, and that's really is really a larger land mass.
Hmm.
Okay, the lies that have been told about geography and history were really for the Europeans to keep the European competition down.
Yeah, the maps themselves. Africa was made smaller than
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact.
yeah. They never. Those lies weren't designed for so-called African peoples. Those lies were designed for Europeans so that they could keep the competition down and have just a few people running it.
Yeah.
All you got to do is look back in the history. Look at the history of Canada, history of United States. Well, before the United States, while it was still colonies, well, they were basically giving these guys, the guys that were going there, um, they were basically giving them some kind of a stipend, along with the fact they were giving them a title. Now they are mucking him up. Before that, they
Right.
wasn't nothing, or not very much. So now here they got a little something which gives them a little sway, so to speak, give them some clout. That's what it be
Yes.
about. They've been fooling people for a long
Yeah.
time, and we need to look at what that fooling is about. So it's going to take a whole lot more thinking
Yeah.
than what we've been doing.
And some think tanks, and they came together in an organized manner, and
Yeah, well, that
present
that
this
helps too, but
organized message.
individuals have to be up on top of thinking. The individuals have to be on top of thinking.
Yeah.
If you're being off thought, there's some reasons why. Just like if you're playing a game of chess or a game of football or something, you have to get on the other
Hmm.
side sometime and see what that's about. So now
Hmm.
you got to go directly to the other side. So now you have to be on the sideline so you can get a better view. You have to review what's going on. Where did I make my wrong move at here? A lot of our folk ain't doing that. Okay, how could I have made this better? How could I avoid making this mistake? That's what it comes down to.
Right. Well,
Yeah, if you hammering a nail and every time you look around you hitting your thumb, you might want to go ahead and take a look and say, well, what's going on here? Why do I keep hitting my thumb?
well,
This is my thumb.
I,
Yeah, are
and
my
as
hands
the saying
just
goes,
irritating
engage
each
your
other
brain
or
before
what?
you engage your tool.
You say what?
And that's the whole thing. Like it's I think for me, like it's a balance between actions and thinking. Like
Yes,
you
sir. You
know
gotta have
you
that.
don't
Yes,
you
that's the
you you
purpose of
know
doing
you,
the
you don't
thinking.
want
You to make the right action.
right. So a lot of people always say, oh, you don't want to procrastinate, don't procrastinate. Just be a person of action. Well, that's true to a degree, but you need to think so that you're
You need to
properly
think.
secure, so that we know, like say for instance we're building this community. We got to know, okay, there's the detractors coming, or we got this obstacle. We got to know how to be able to be in a position to face it and have uh, plans in place. You want to have a proper
Yes, we
degree of
got a plan
planning,
in place.
but also a proper degree of action, because we can't just always sit and think. We do have to act as well, but we
Whatever,
want to
but
have
they're
a
two
balance of
connected
both.
actions. Yeah, they're two connected. They're two
Right.
very much connected actions, and it's the lack of thorough thinking that's gotten us in this mess we in.
Hmm.
Thorough thinking on the part of the people that are colonial, that were colonial imperial colonialists, the oppressors. If they were thinking, we wouldn't be in this problem.
Hmm.
Anybody with an ounce of sense know that you want it right for everybody.
Right.
A person that don't have it right for everybody is really revealing themselves as being unintelligent, uneducated, without compassion, without empathy, without being a whole person. They're not living to be the best versions of themselves. And Tulip T makes a good point about people. You can be addicted because some people want to feel better about their misery. Yeah, that's true. And people tend to share what they have an abundance of. You find a person that has an abundance of love, an abundance of joyfulness, they want to share that because they can't contain it. Somebody that's got abundance of misery, they want to share that. Misery love company. It validates their misery.
Right.
So people love that kind of thing. And that works with everything. If you have an abundance of pencils, I ain't got no problem getting a pencil from you.
That's right.
No, he didn't discourage us at all. We got stuff to do. How can somebody discourage you? I mean, your encouragement comes from within. Yeah, it helps to get some from without, but it's about having that encouragement within. Okay, you have to have it in your mind that you get that okay, I'm off in the middle of this body of water, and the shore is that way. I can make it. Simple as that. Always be your best cheerleader.
Yeah, you gotta have proper mission.
Yeah, and really, I mean, and I'm speaking to the general because, as far as I'm concerned, the man himself is not really not even worth speaking about because there's so many of them like that. That's a copy and paste version.
Right.
Okay, they got some more on there. They got some more on there and some more
Yeah.
out here, and not just on
More coming.
YouTube, on your regular television networks, brother.
Yep.
And them guys can switch because of who's paying them. They can switch positions in a minute, just like your political parties
Right.
switch positions in a minute. People like that are not really full people. They're not whole. So the best thing we can do is continue to be whole, continue to build up ourselves. Like you said, the proof is in the proof is in the eating of the pudding.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody ain't got the pudding right. Well, let me move on to another pudding here. Yeah.
Right. And like you said, it's coming from a place of justice and ethics and integrity. You're standing on something.
Man,
We're
listen,
standing
if
for
you ain't
something.
got them, you ain't
We're
got a
actually doing something
thing.
right.
Yeah.
You
I mean, again, legacy for children.
know? Hmm.
Is that the kind of legacy you want for your children? That
Hell
you
no.
won't stand for something? I mean, and you look around you, man, with all this stuff that's going on. Why aren't the doctors and why isn't the AMA and everybody else talking about the fact that here you got laboratories and production facilities that make germ warfare a reality,
Mm.
something that kills up human beings, standing for something. And when you do listen to the ones that do stand up against it, what do they say? well, I could lose my job, I could lose my life. That tells you that you're in a tyranny. It makes it
That's
very
right.
clear that you're in a tyranny.
Yeah, absolutely, Chaz. Let me let you hold for a second.
Fear.
Welcome in our brother Prince. Prince, can you hear us?
Brother Prince back?
Different Prince. This is uh,
Another Prince.
there you go.
Okay, I can get with that.
So I'm telling all right. So
Yeah.
once you start
Prince is number
talking,
two.
we'll just stop so we can just listen to him.
Talk on, Brother Prince. It's you, baby.
All right. All right, cool. Chaz, you're muted, and so brother, start talking when you're ready, and I'll just go over a few things. So yes, family. Sometimes you just gotta dedicate some time just to share some documentation, and what we're sharing with you is you're just gonna have all kind of people like that that's gonna accuse us of doing many things. Only thing I can tell you is look at the workflow. We get a lot of work done. We're about our business. So unfortunately, you have some people who don't have any skills and talent, and they're uneducated, like this unapologetic Negropean. What kind of dumbass names himself that? I mean, this guy is really an idiot. Somebody that's named himself these kind of things and has no energy to even tell people what he's doing to build for our people. He's trying to do spy watching. That's what he's going to make his money from, spy watching. Sitting around and watching what other black people are doing and judge them and go off on them and insult them, and not be out there just literally building anything for himself, building anything for black folks. He said it himself that it's not his responsibility to do anything for black people, support black people, anything. This guy is one of those switch hitters that just love white people, So I wouldn't be surprised if his boss was bending him over, because he looked like that kind that sit around and just basically just watch other men and gossip about women and all kind of things like that. And people ask me why I went on the show. I went on the show to at least literally get myself the few minutes he allowed me to get to just tell him about himself and say what some people want to say to him. Won't go on there with him because yes, I do understand it's a waste of time, it's a waste of your day and things like that. But the way we do business is fine. I'm literally just doing this that way the rest of the fools who want to come out there and run their mouth off, I'm just literally just gonna shut you down. I got nothing to say, literally, because only way you can, because how the hell are you gonna sit around and judge people who are working and making moves, and you have done nothing, and you won't even literally have the respect to at least tell people this is what you're doing and what you're into. Unbelievable. And the fact that so much people follow him and so much people are just donating money to him, it's the literally, we have to question our insanity. Okay, he's telling me I'm going to make myself look bad because I'm going off on him. People act like people in very high positions. They're not perfect people too. They'll go off on people like him because we have a common problem in society. We have ignorant, stupid people who feel just because they don't want to get up every day and work and do certain things, they should tell people how to do certain things. He's going to oversight. He's going to watch people because people been getting scammed. And for the most part, like I'm telling people who are running into problems, some people have to also take accountability. I mean, you travel with a group of us, and we have all kind of people connected in the country, and then you end up dealing with someone that none of us knows. And let's be real, and then you don't do enough for your homework. And that's what I told everyone. For those who literally need help to get the whole setup of repatriation and connect, I got your back. That's what we do as a profession. We have tours, along with getting people access to building their homes, building their land. We literally just have to go through a process where they have to get resident permit. So a lot of things we literally arrange all kind of accommodations. You talk about a true brother sisterhood of brothers and sisters literally organizing themselves to help each other move to Africa and give ourselves leverage. But this Negropean want us to just run anywhere in Africa around anybody and just feel like it's just gonna work like that. But this Negropean never talks about people from different parts of the African continent that comes to America and they don't connect themselves. And it's not saying anything bad about that. It's like the situation is people choose to do what they want to do. And in still that case, I'm still trying to find the best of our people, period. You know what I'm saying? So if it happens to be all black people from like Jamaican, from literally just America, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes, bro, they still on?
And that was me talking. I was, yeah, Brother Prince ain't come on yet. What I'm going to say too is that he's ignoring how vast life is and how vast the continent is. A lot of room to do a lot of different things. A lot of room to do a lot of different things. If you wanted to have a community of chefs, that would be your business. A community of plumbers, that would be your business. You know, there's enough room there for everybody to do their thing their way.
I mean, brother, you literally can't prove
really cares
that you've done anything. I'm saying when you literally can't tell people like, hey, this is what I do. I'm explaining to people over and over, even telling them the website information and so on. This is the business we do. I mean, at least give people something, oversight. Literally, come on, man.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he's telling you he's a spy, and that's how I put paid snitch.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was all surface. It wasn't even in depth. You know, and I mean, it's not like he could refer to a video and say, well, this portion right here, could you explain it to me? He wasn't even trying to solicit that from you. That's how you know he wasn't right. You know, I mean, well, like I said, it's like when people reach out to you, I know for myself, I'm going to ask you about this. I'm going to ask you about that. I'm going to ask you about the other. Okay, and whatever I'm not clear on, I'll have you re-explain it in a different way or whatever. That's where he should have been at as an interviewer, if he was a serious interviewer and wanted to know the truth. An example of somebody that gets down with it is Rock Newman.
Yeah.
Okay, when Rock Newman does an interview, he's asking you various questions. And his questions are very thorough. And if there's something that's not clear to him, he comes back and he brings it back to you so that you can clear it even further. This guy was not interested in doing that. He was interested in the Negro European show. Period. And can I get the ratings?
An agenda.
All right, Chaz and Kofi, hold on for a few seconds. Let's try to see if we can get Prince in. Go ahead and try to get in. Yeah, you have to hang up. All right. All right, that's what I got for him. I'll just keep posting these right here while we just give him a chance to chime in. And these are the comments I'm just sharing as we go down. The guy's done nothing in Africa. All right, there you go. So I'm telling you, man, love the folks' energy in Ghana and family in Africa. Don't let this guy show you tweets or texts or whatever, because you have crazy trolls that we deal with. And sometimes you have to go off on these folks, man. But if you're about your business, come holler at me and let's talk about business.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk about business.
Negropean.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about business,
talk.
Yeah, I want to talk about business. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, brother.
All right, Andrew. Prince, go ahead. Prince, we're in some Okay, I'll just talk. Yeah, I was saying is that if he was really serious about his stuff, he would have asked you about the business. How did you all go about doing this? What made you have the idea for it? Those none of those questions were really asked at all.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is when you try to explain certain things, it cuts you off, and
He wasn't even asking you, so you could explain it.
yeah. So,
You
like I
know,
tell people over
Right.
and over,
He
because I
didn't care
mean,
about that.
we wouldn't get a chance to just talk and explain things as it need to be talked and explained to.
no,
So
no, he wasn't asking the right. Yeah, he
that's why I
wasn't
made
asking
sure
the
that
right
everything
question.
was organized and updated on the website, so people can just the smart ones can just go do that. The rest of them, they can just enjoy his gossiping, because that's what the audience of people like to watch when they deal with him. I notice there's a lot of them, and a lot of this back to back comments, and nothing progressive, and nothing is even directed or catered to black people doing things together or black people helping each other. It's only about him tearing down people, and he has nothing that he's doing better than anybody's tearing down. Even the scammers are doing more things than him.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like, I mean, if he had a real interest, he should have shown a real interest. You know, I mean, the initial part, you okay, well, what is this community, and why did you start it, and what's the purpose, and those kind of questions, and I mean that's not too hard to
I
do.
mean,
No,
even
he wanted to get right to talk about to show his comments on his text message. He was just so excited to see me say something negative to somebody, and I tell people, I'm like, yo, we live in the real world, and it goes down like that. And for those people act like they don't, and never told somebody to go f off or something like that. Hey, I mean, I don't know what kind of world we live in, but I live in the real world, and it goes down like that. You don't approach people the way he approached me and think it's going to be okay. And I just sit there and talk nice with you and all gentle and easy and things like that. And even though the names or whatever may not hurt his feelings, I'm just basically letting him know this is how I feel about you. Just like this is how you made me feel.
yeah,
This is
but
what you
Bonnie,
felt about me. But with your line of accusation down, this is how I feel about you. This is what I see
no,
you doing.
there's nothing wrong. Nothing, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And you know, you're right. There's absolutely nothing wrong with pushing back at people that are being purposely distractful. There's nothing wrong with that. It puts them in their place, get out of their way. Because when I really I sat back and I thought about it, like really like we're people that are building something progressive for our people, right? Now, whether you think that is a so-called scam or what have you, like the last thing that you should be doing if you're a so-called progressive person is come at it negatively. At the very least, you could do is just stay out the way, like because there's so many other things that are going on in the world right now. Like, why are you not addressing that? Why are you addressing what we're doing? You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
very
So
true.
I just hope that I hope that the general masses out there could discern for themselves and just look at that fact that I thought about. Like, just there's no reason to be purposely attacking unless you have an agenda, and that's all it is. And that needs
Well,
to be called out. And you are correct in calling it out. There's a time and place for everything, and call it out viciously. Let it be known, because that's wrong. And you're not finna stop what we're doing.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing of it is that, like I say, is that like he could have been asking the question, well, how does this help anything? Very, very simple question.
Nothing doesn't help anything.
It's help. No,
It's
no. I
under the
mean, that's
guise. What it is
that's the
it's
question he
under
could
the
have been
guise
presenting
of
to
trying.
Bomani.
He
In other words,
he,
if
he,
I have
he,
a disagreement with you about how you do in your car, right,
right.
and you taking this set of tires and you're making it and you're rotating the tires, well, how does that help anything? And then you can explain to me how it helps. You dig what I'm
No,
saying? He wasn't. He
exactly.
wasn't
But
being like that. He wasn't being like that.
right, he was trying.
He had. There was no
What he
real
was trying to do
curiosity
is
there.
no, he has another car to sell, and what he wants to do is pander and market
Right.
to a different audience, and then point out the details and say, hey, this car is got this function or this thing that's obsolete, or this car is oh, it only goes up to so many miles and then it'll break down. Well, why don't you focus on your own damn car instead
Well,
of
not just that.
distracting towards this car?
Yeah.
Clearly this ain't our agenda anyways. It ain't your agenda anyway. So why don't you focus on your stuff? But when you look at his
Yeah. I mean,
channel, that's what it is about. And so
right. It's about gossip.
and our people are smart, so we don't even have anything to worry. our people, especially our people that are thinking, as you say, brother Chaz, they're
Yes, sir.
smart, and they
Yeah.
could they already discern. So really, the audience is just as perturbed as he is, or excuse me, disturbed as he is.
Right, right. I
They,
mean,
they, so
go
we don't
ahead,
have
brother.
nothing
I'm
to
sorry.
worry about.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
the thing
yeah,
of it is that my man is like he's making his money.
that's
He's
okay.
making his
Do it.
money. It's like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said, "I ain't putting on no dress for the money." Some people will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some people will. It's only money. Hey, say, okay, that's your flavor. Do it. And it's like that, man. I mean, like I said, remember you have a system that encourages people to be yes men, and being a yes man, you get paid a lot of money. Okay, and for some people that's cool. Me myself, I sleep alone, and I love the fact that when I sleep, that I'm sleeping undisturbed. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
When I'm awake, I ain't got to worry about looking over my shoulder. People
that's
like that
right.
have to worry about that kind of thing
Yeah,
if they have a conscience at all.
I know that's right.
Yeah, that's a
Let me
destructive
go.
spirit, and it comes. The thing of it is that he's very well practiced at it as well, because it comes
Yeah,
off
you can
like
see this.
he's very practiced at it, very practiced at it. Okay, I mean, when I could close my eyes and see some of those characters, the Jerry Springer, Maury Povich peoples, the Oprah peoples, where they take a
Right.
non-issue and make it into an issue and never address the real issues. No different than your
Right.
politicians. They take it into something else instead of looking at the real issue.
Right.
And I mean, and they take advantage of
Okay. But
people's the people who won't do the thinking and that won't do the research or that won't have the discussions about the real issues. They're taking advantage of those people because all they're doing is helping to fuel that same fire that keeps them ignorant. They don't want to,
yep.
he's not necessarily interested in people that can discern.
And
That's
think for
not the channel.
themselves.
Yeah,
That's man. He's playing that role, man. He's just like the puppet master, and all these people just like they love gossip so much. They just chime in and they just watch him. And the thing of it is, it may be a lot of people watching him, but some people are not watching him based on what they think they're watching him for. Like they like him and things like that. Some
yeah,
people, sometimes people just watching people because they're just stupid and they're entertainment. Like that's what I look at him when I watch something on him. I'm like, look at this idiot right here. Got nothing
yeah,
better to do. Big strong man should be out there working and producing as a man instead of gossiping like like he got a vagina between his legs instead of so he just literally just have no manhood in him, literally. I
yeah,
never seen a man act this way, and people literally need to just literally just be careful of this guy, because all he's gonna do is keep on fishing. If you haven't, you just keep on talking. I remember about a few weeks ago, I sent Kala a message. I was like, "Yo, this guy Negropean is talking about you." And I'm one of the people when I put comments up, like I put comments up, he always delete them. You know?
yeah,
So he's trying to like curve a certain narrative, and he's
Brothers.
picking on people that are not intelligent and smart, and people who can't think for themselves. They literally just believe everything and just go for everything, and that's his audience. And they just love drama. They love to see and hear other black people do things not going good for them. I told them not to go to
Right,
Africa.
brothers.
This thing is not working. That kind of people. And I literally been doing and organizing this for a while to where I've seen them come and go. People like himself, they don't last too long. After a while, they run out of things to say because people are gonna start questioning you. What are you doing? What are you building? How you get to judge everybody? The God, which God made you king?
hmm
There you go, man. I mean,
Oh yeah, man. I know.
Hey, brothers,
and
I'm gonna get off real quick. I'm gonna we could definitely talk later, chop it up later. But yeah, this
All
guy
right.
is wrong. He's false, and
Yeah.
I don't think we don't have anything to worry about at
Yeah,
all.
we're
Well, not
gonna
only
ask you this.
that, check out that video I sent you a few days ago, the sock puppet video.
So,
How the world works. How the world works. Think about him and think about the sock puppet. That pretty much explains what you're working with. It's only a 4-minute video if you haven't seen it yet.
let me see. Oh yeah, but how the world with Bo Burnham.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch that.
Okay.
Watch that. And that pretty much explains the full thing for you.
Got you.
Okay.
All right, brother.
That
All right,
explains it for you right there. That takes all the guesswork out of it.
Yes, Chaz, it takes all the. Yes, all right, brother Kofi, take care, man. You take
All right.
care.
Thank you, fam. Appreciate it, Bomani. Appreciate it, brother Chef.
Brother B, me and you will talk, man. We can get off of here and do this on regular telephones where I can hear better. Oh, before you do that, I'm gonna slap this video up here for you, so the people have it. If I can find the damn page, I'd really be on top of something. Let's see here. Is it there? There it is. I'm gonna slap it in the comment section so that people can see it. Now, my comment only works when I go to private chats. I'm gonna slap it up in there, and you can transfer it over there to the rest of the people.
All right.
And that way they can have it. All right, here you go. And that pretty much explains the full thing. You put that in comments because I don't have a section in there where I can enter into the comments.
Yeah,
you hear me, Bomani?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you loud and clear, and I'm working on it. Let me get this thing down here. All right, I'm seeing your private chat. You have a link you sent. That was it, right?
Yeah, link. Right. Let me check that out. That's what you're working with out here. It ain't just him. It's a lot of folks like him. And he's got a lot of examples. All he got to do is copy some of those same examples, which is what he did. And there it is.
Yeah, mine is tripping to. There we go. Now it's gonna roll.
All right,
cool.
Cool. Yeah, that pretty much tells the story right there. You gotta watch it to the end, and you'll see what time it is. You got a lot of people that are willing to be the sock puppet. All right, man. If we're the only ones here, we can continue this conversation in our other format.
We are all good. I don't think it's nothing more to really discuss, man. It's just as usual, I always like to make my own videos and discuss what I need to discuss with people.
Okay, well, shoot.
I'll always be the one that says stop the gossiping. Loose lips sink ships. Too much talking and not enough doing. How can we sit there and listen to? I don't know. Okay, I guess I can't even call him a man. Listen to that thing, Negropean, and literally feel like it's okay to just not be out there doing anything. It's just free game on people. And you're trying to be a news reporter or something. I guess he's one of those failed people went to journalism school and then failed badly and probably was just a bum all of his life. And now now YouTube came out and you see some people out there making money from doing YouTubes and getting free donations. And the idiots that are sending all this donation to him, why don't you tell him to go to get a job? Why does he need you just sending donations for? Doesn't he have a job? Can he work? He's big and strong. He likes to run his mouth.
Yeah.
And things that we encourage bad behavior. I'm not the one out there telling people, give me this money or give me this or pay me or running and chasing people down for no money. I'm not monetizing my video. I don't be sitting around stressing people about money and things like that. I have a business and a mission to do. You know what I'm saying? You do your work, you get your pay. It's that simple. I'm not here to beg anybody. Appreciate when people do business with us, and those who don't. We have a lot of information that's free that we want to share with you. That way you think about coming to Africa, think about the process of getting land. The things that we have on the website is things that we're verifying with you. Are the people that you're doing business with, are they giving you these things? How do you get these things arranged? Do you need attorneys? Do you need someone to help you with your residency, your citizenship? Do you need a tour guide? Do you need a driver? Do you need apartments? Do you need someone to look out for you in case you run into trouble, in case problems happen? This is why we need a community where we're working together, where, because we have too many people that have gone to different countries in Africa and bad things have happened to them. And that's what it is. Most countries you look at as a foreigner. And Ghana, we have a nice relationship where we're building something together. But it's what it is. It takes time for people to understand you, even though they own people from another country and things like that. So we're creating a process where we can literally just reconnect in as a people and literally figure out how we can work together. And then we got to be careful of people like that Negropean guy, because people like him are the ones who destroy people and have people coming against each other. So I tell people, don't be led astray by foolishness. Someone who has no track record of anything, someone who has literally accomplished nothing, someone who is literally a bum that get up there and run his mouth and analyze things. These are the people that you send donations to, and these are the people you subscribe to. We have to think about our sick mind. If this is what we're looking for,
Yeah.
we have a lot of work to do and we need help. And is this what you're gonna do? Beat down the people who can actually get the job done?
Yeah. Well, that's that destructive spirit, man. It's a colonized mind. Everybody that was brought over here and enslaved and wore chains wasn't slaves all the way through and through. And some folks, when they took the chains off, they was the ones that were still slaves.
So this guy needed he needed a good cussing out, man. And people may say what they want to say. Oh, you shouldn't talk like that. You shouldn't use profanity. Children are watching, and you don't have any respect for the audience. I'm like, guy, are you serious? I was like, I can't. You the one I wanted to do a live stream. I came to directly address you, and it's not like you gave me access to call you and things like that. I answered your call and sent you the email and joined you on a call, and this is the only way you wanted to do it. So hey, that was fine. And those who are watching, I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoy understanding that we're not gonna have people disrespect us. We're gonna fight back. We're gonna talk about their dirtiness. It's like, what this guy has a white woman, doesn't have a black woman. He has nothing black in him to build, and then talking about Jamaicans don't act like this. And my people don't let, or our people don't let nobody just disrespect them. We don't go around and gossip like that, man. Like him over there, like gossiping, a gossiping man with a vagina, man. That's I gotta really just use it as his code name. The gossiping man with a vagina.
Well, we'll talk about that, man.
Yeah, he need a proper ass whooping. That's what he need. One day he's gonna go out there and mess with the wrong person, and they're gonna literally just send one of their little brothers to beat his ass. I mean, those are things you gotta be careful in the real world. That's how I don't go out there and mess with people or or cause problems with people, because you just never know.
Man, they got plenty of them out there, and you'll be whooping tail from now on. Okay, be just like in the Matrix when that character came along, what's his name, Mr. Smith or whatever, give my man a hard way to go, and like 40 of them appear out of nowhere. That's what you're working with.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, man, people are surprised how so many of us are coming together and doing business, and then people are not saying, "Oh, I'm doing this to them and doing that to them." And I was like, "Oh, you must be really upset that we can actually work together, me, you, and the rest of us work together." And and we have an organization. You do have people. Some people change their mind. Some people come. Some people go. And it's what it is. But the fact that we've been able to maintain a high level of number of people and been able to get the initial job done with that 15 acres, and then we can all build our homes. And then now we're even able to just expand to 57 more acres.
Right.
That just makes people wonder, and he's just jealous of that.
And we've been able to do a long distance for the most part.
Yeah, and that shows you my network in Ghana, my network, in places.
It shows you, and when I say long distance, not just from here to there, but even amongst us that are right here in this part of the what they call the Western Hemisphere. The very fact that we can do that and establish the proper bonds with one another. I mean, there's a lot of folks I feel very, very close with it in this, in this whole thing. And in some cases, haven't even heard their voices, just simply just type. There's a lot to be said for that. A very lot to be said for that. And these are the things, quiet as kept, he really, had he asked the right questions, he could have enhanced you and his show at the same time. That's the truth. That's the truth. He might have to change his name and shit. Used to be the Negropean. Apologetically, I apologize for being the Negropean.
What kind of dumb, big jackass call himself Negropean?
Well, I mean, somebody trying to make that money.
He's proud of it too, man. He probably don't have no black friends.
Well, he might have some, brother. That's something that's out there for him. There's something out here for everybody, man. Something out here for everybody.
You run into the wrong crazy Jamaican man. Yo, I wanted to go off on that man more than that.
You ran into a real yardie man.
I wanted to use some words, man, but I was still trying to be sensitive to to the communication and things. I want to cut properly, though, but I made my point, man. I get to this, I made my point.
He knew what he's doing. He knew what he was doing and how to do it.
Yeah, it was a one and done situation. You had a chance to talk to me, and that was your only chance. And then since you went that direction, I cussed you out. And then after that, literally, like I explained to him, I have no respect for him. So here comes a bunch of things in the search engines that say Negropean is all kind of stuff. Just like I buried Garvey Town for playing with my money. I'm gonna bury this guy for playing with my reputation and my business.
Yeah.
So
you've already done that. That's done.
Yeah, he's messed with the wrong person. He thinks someone he was hoping that this guy's gonna come and he's gonna let me just talk about him in his face and say all kind of things to him. I was like, you got the wrong person, buddy.
Yeah,
this is how you act as a business person. This is how you act. I'm like, it's like, you just some nice innocent person that just came to me and talked to me, and I just started going off on you.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to the video you did of me when you didn't even have no research. You couldn't even look up any information. You just wanted to just drag me out there and then set me up to come on your show and embarrass and insult me, which I know you was doing. But I got to cuss you out, so that's all I wanted to do. And I want to tell people, think for themselves, do your own research. Other than that, you're gonna follow idiots like that and get nowhere in life.
Yeah, in terms of what a business person supposed to act like, there's a lot of business people that do things in a lot of different ways.
Let me name some top COO, big time people. You know what I'm saying?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is one of the ones at the highest level.
Okay.
Hey,
and Donald Trump all kind of yucky dog.
You know what I mean? But I'm just real with people. I'm showing I'm just real with people. I don't accept this. It's unacceptable. You do not do that to me, and you do not give me a chance to explain what I'm doing. And you do not twist my words and disrespect me and go after my credibility when I've done nothing wrong to anybody. All I've done is been an honest businessman. We have a refund policy. If you ask for a refund, we follow that refund policy and things like that. And that's one of the things I tell all my business partners that's doing trips and business like that. Make sure that your customers and the people you're dealing with understand that this is a refund policy. We do understand things that you may change your mind. You may see something online about me and just feel like, oh, I'm not somebody you want to deal with. That is your decision. I can't stop you. Just like I don't go around and call people and say, hey, come on, give me that money. And this, I'm never like that. I'm about presentation and sharing information because I feel it's important for us to be an educated people, a people who can make proper decisions, a people can look at wolves in sheep clothing like this guy Negropean. Literally, the devil himself reincarnated. The devil himself literally sent to destroy black people for coming together. I looked at his channel and everybody I saw on there, they have their flaws just like I have my flaws. As far as getting into the details of that, that's a whole different subject. But as far as them trying to do things in Africa and making a move, bringing their family, and then doing certain things, that is powerful. As a matter of fact, me and my friends always talk about that we need some more people just to get out there in Africa and just do their best. And the thing of it is, while we're doing that stuff, and there's people out there feel like they can just judge us and tell us what to do, and then you need to run your business this way. Like I always tell people, I'm a business administrator and a technical administrator for 15 years. All the business I've built and created, I ran, doing my own research studies. And after this, grabbing those university business book and saying, I'm not giving those people no more of my money. I'm gonna study for myself and get into business and doing a practical way, grassroots, build up from nothing. And this man still would not tell us what he does and what he's built. And I'm telling people that literally we're building an energy where I have so many friends in certain backgrounds that have incredible skills. And once they move and we put those skills together, we're educating a different generation of Black children where they are a skill base, where they literally have all the things they need to run enterprises and literally take care of themselves. And that's important. He doesn't care about that, as he clearly mentioned. I got a Black child. He has. I mean, I don't know what he has. What he has, but
got a child, but I mean, still, it comes down to if he's got a child. But
and I don't know if he's even into the things that we're talking about. We're talking about the future for our entire family. So even the same situation as family, they said nothing of importance of that he's doing anything for his family. His whole job is to call people out and call people fraud, people scammers, and call people out their name for their credibility. So he just got what he deserved, and I enjoy going off on him and calling things. And unfortunately, I had to listen to him, and he did mute me many times. But literally, that's his one chance to talk to me. He blew it after like 30 minutes because he didn't want to hear. He was asking for me to go off on him, and he got what he deserved. And I'm happy to give it to him. And I'm telling people, family, we got to do better than this. When we think about Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Dr. King, when we think about Kwame Nkrumah, you talk about energies of Black people that was overthrown by people like him. And when you talk about the Black Panther Party and the infiltration, you talk about this party, that party, Black people organizing, Black people doing this. You look at it's these Negropeans right there that literally self-hating Black devils that literally turn around, paid informants, and literally fight against their own people because they don't have any guts to stand up and do something for their own people, and they rather just be the master's little dog, and that's what he is. I'm telling you, this guy is literally one of those house Negroes that probably just enjoy bending over for his master.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, like I say, money makes a wonderful servant, but a horrible master. And some people are just attracted to that kind of thing. It's like when you go fishing, right? You throw that hook over in the water with that worm on there, whatever bait you might use. Well, all the fish sees is the bait. Well, the same thing for humans. Find yourself a tow truck, put your favorite meal on there, and all you see is the meal. You crunch down on it. Next thing you know, you got a hook going through the back of your head.
Chaz, brother, when you come up with this stuff, man.
And keep on living. Yeah, man, it's true though. It's true.
The Chaz, I enjoyed that one, man. That's a good one.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. But yeah, it's true, man. I mean, the thing of it is to avoid those pitfalls. A lot of people don't avoid them, and that's a matter of. I mean, we're all growing when you really break it down. Even the Negropean is growing on some level or another.
Well, I heard he learned something today. That don't mess with Bomani Tamba.
Well, yeah.
If you're gonna get into the ring with me, make sure you can accomplish something. Make sure you're willing to talk and don't sit around and judge me. Because what kind of Black person just made you the damn judge of us? Wow, that is some. Hey, the man just gave himself a self-complaint position that he's gonna be an overseer, like the master, like he's like the head man of the plantation.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing, like I said, his interviewing skills to me were atrocious. The very fact that he didn't start out asking the right kinds of questions to actually find out who this is. And I mean, I don't know exactly how long. Like I said, I got about halfway through it, so I know it's like 2 hours and something in the interview. And we'll go back and watch it when we're through. But the very fact that in that time I was watching it, if I didn't see it happening in the first few minutes of the show, where he was asking some questions that were viable, that would be revealing about who you are, what your project is, what your mission is. To me, it wasn't making no sense. Because see, then that way he could establish something. Instead, he starts out accusatory without you being on the show, and then he comes back. Yeah, he does. He accuses you, before you even get on the show. He basically is implying, if not insinuating or directly saying it, that you're a scammer. All right, well, if this is the case, then ask the right kind of questions that will reveal it. Otherwise, he ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. I mean, he could have asked much better questions.
And he could have proved something. He told me, "Oh, you're gonna be destroyed. No one will do business with you and everything." I'm like, brother, you're just losing your mind. You literally want to see me fail. Is that what you're happy about that?
Lost his mind.
I tell people can choose to do business with us, and then they can choose not to. We have a service, and we have things that we can do and get done. And we're about our business. And then you have people who are going to talk about things and can't get them done. So I'm not into the talking thing. When people call me, we talk, we go over what we go over, we make agreement, receipts get exchanged, things get set up, and then we just get it done. That's like all the people that we get in residency for.
Right.
And then if people feel like they don't need someone like myself to help them, more the better. Get on a jet plane, go to Africa, do what you need to do. But some people need the help. Some people don't feel comfortable.
Some people need your help. Some people need your
exactly
help.
because out of anybody else, we've been in this business longer than anybody else that I can think of. Because anybody else that was in business longer than this, they're not in business anymore, or they have passed. As far as getting people connected to Africa, tours, business, investment, getting your land. Like you see the land documents I got you, brother. Literally just got everything signed, got the paperwork set. All we got to do is just do the next step. And then what we did, we literally recorded the videos to where we had conference call after conference call, and we talked about all the update. So when people go back on our link, we show all of our videos, including conference call. It will literally show them the dialogue of what we talked about, what we got set up, and things like that. And those is that a lot of information? Yes, but at the same time too, the good thing about it, those who joined the group, they was able to see everything grow and all the stuff that's get updated over and over. And for those who joined in, what they saw was a history of information from the beginning. And with that history of information, we literally just put things together to where you can just go and check out what we do, and you can judge for yourself our growth. When he talk about, oh, you've been there all this time in Ghana and you only built 2 houses, like, brother, first of all, I didn't say that. Now, I keep on telling you, in December is when we had a chance to literally start building. And even after that, you still got to get legal paperwork together. That stuff is not simple to do. You have to go to a process, get attorneys, check things out, scope of a game plan, and all that stuff.
Right. And well, again, go back to what I said about the interview. Those are the kind of questions he should have been asking you without you having to even volunteer it. Well, what is the process for this, Mr. Bomani? Okay. Well, tell me how you began with this, Mr. Bomani. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say? Well, what kind of people's are who's building what there or whatever? He could have done that. He could have done that. Well, how did you put this together or something? That those kind of questions he could have asked. I mean, and a lot of those things he wouldn't even have to ask if he had went through your stuff, because there is a thorough and efficient transparency that's available for him or anybody else that wants to watch it. Everything is out there for anybody to want to see, and then now you can see what we own. But he actually, in many ways, he cut his own throat for the people that have discernment. Had this interview went fine, I mean, when I say fine, not just because it agrees with you, but I mean something that was where he's asking pertinent questions. Then hey, I might watch him a little more. You ain't gotta worry about me watching him. Because he's on the same stuff, and the pattern is the same in all of his shows, with the exception of that one I mentioned. He might have some other ones, but it's not like I've watched all his shows. But I mean, the shows I've seen, they're more accusatory than anything else, and it's really just to stir up the more raw emotions in people, as opposed to the refined emotions. It's real easy for people to look like they're authorities on something and not be an authority at all. You got to do is play the role.
Yeah, serious man, Chaz, absolutely. Yeah, the man did call Marcus Garvey a scammer. I mean, he's also man. When he said Marcus Garvey, I saluted Marcus. I made a salute, and he looked at me like I was crazy. And I mean, it's like because he doesn't believe in people standing up. That's, you talk about a man and his organization who stood up and dedicated themselves to black people, who put themselves in harm's way and gave up and made many sacrifices. It's not easy to do that stuff. It's easy to sit around and judge people and things like that and say, oh, they just,
It's easier to get paid as a yes man in this society. Now that's what it's easy to do. I mean, for some people anyway, and for him, obviously it is. I mean, when they make, Garvey got arrested, so what? And apparently you ain't did your homework to understand the details of that arrest.
And that's why I told him that black devils like himself messed him up and set him up.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't like that. He started getting frustrated because he didn't like me saying the word black devil, but he probably was like, why is this guy saying all these things to me with a straight face? And I'm like, that's what we got to call you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's revealed himself on a lot of levels. We know more about him than what we did before. So he basically showed himself off. Seeing quiet is kept. It's no telling. I mean, because of the people that do watch him, if they do have some discernment and watch this at all, they'll be looking back at those other ones to see just where the same failings are. Because these are not interviews. These are just what he's doing is having a show where he controls the show, and controls the show to where it's brought up to a height of sensationalism, something to attack the senses and not really to enrich the mind. Which and people who are not trying to enrich their minds, that's what they do. Because the one thing I found disrespectful is that, and when I mentioned this interviewing thing, not just for his audience, but for himself. This might be something you might be able to learn from, young man. That's what I'm talking about. He's not trying to do that. He could have come well a lot more richer had he done his research, and then be able to ask intelligent questions. His questions were not intelligent, and that's the problem I have with him. They weren't intelligent.
They weren't questions. They were accusations. It's like I would say something, and they'll come up and say something else, and I'm like, brother, that's why a few times I have to tell them to shut up and this, I'm saying, and just talk to him like, like I don't like to talk to people like that, but it's like you invited me to talk with you, and then now you're telling me you're trying to control how I talk and explain things. I'm telling you what we're doing, okay?
Right.
And anybody who don't like it and don't want to be a part of what we're doing, it's fine. I'm not here begging people for views. And then he's like so obsessed with the 22,000 views I have on YouTube and subscribers, to where he think that every video that I play that they all should be clicking on it and checking it out. Sometimes I just load up a bunch of tourist video. It may be something that people have seen over and over. I don't know. I'm not here to sit there and judge and monitor views and things like that. I have no cares about that and no cares about monetization in the channel. My videos are up there to show what we're doing in Africa and show what we're doing to run our tour and investment business in Africa, a business I spent the last 15 years building, and I'm not gonna let no one destroy me and no one mess it up for me and things like that. So I just gave him that one time only to talk, and he obviously didn't want to talk about anything. He just want to accuse me and run his mouth off and talk a bunch of stuff and nitpick at comments and saying that like I'm supposed to just sit around and deal with trolls all day long. And make it seem like I'm supposed to do things like how he's doing. You have accomplished nothing. Why would I follow anything that you're doing? Okay, you have built nothing. You can't even tell us how you make your money. And things like that. I do business with people. Whatever business we do, houses being built. That means people put their money down on the land. They got what they invested in. People travel with me. We do tours. All the videos are there of everything that we're doing. You got your tour. It's like, are you upset that I'm a black man that's doing a business and I'm dealing with black people? Am I supposed to do my business for free? Am I supposed to just depend on YouTube viewers and people donating money to me? I believe you're a strong black man. You get up and you get out there and you work and you produce. If you're not a black man that can get up and being out there working and producing, you know what I'm saying? You're a weak black man. That's what he is. He sits around and make whack ass videos about people that are doing things. And then when people have their faults and failure, like he made a video about Polite. I mean, whether you agree with Polite or not, I mean, it's what it is. That's that situation is a legal situation that you literally just can't say what happened and what not happened. It's too much speculations. People just have gotten their life destroyed based on accusations and stuff. And that's why I see things. I'm like, I'm not feeding into that. whatever happened, and they work it out. The truth will come out. The truth will reveal itself. There's no need for me to instigate.
Right, right, right. And I mean, to me, quiet is kept. It's really a waste of your life and waste of your breath if you're not trying to learn something. And he managed not to learn anything except for not to fool with you.
Yeah,
Other than that,
and that was me being
he
nice.
wasn't on a fact finding mission, is what my rap is. You know, I mean, there's something that's going on here. And if there's a question in my mind that there's a scam, then I need to do my research first. Now, after I do my research, if I have some questions, then I need to be asking the questions that make some sense, that are intelligent, to clear things up in case I misunderstand it. That's what learning is supposed to be about. And he wasn't trying to learn. He did not walk away a better person as a result of it. So he really slighted himself.
Yeah, unfortunate, man. It's a sad story, man. It's a very,
Yeah.
very sad story.
Yeah, and I see where somebody made a comment about crabs in a barrel. Well, you know, the reason why crabs be pulling at each other because they're trying to get out and they don't understand, and they know they ain't supposed to be in no barrel. It's not the natural habitat of crabs. Okay, he might go into a barrel for a minute to find something, but usually he ain't trying to stay in no barrel. and then that barrel got to be in some water, you know. But yeah, but that's what time it is. I mean, the man walked away unenriched, and to me that's silly. That's silly. Hell, he could talk to a brick wall and get unenriched. And with the kind of questions he was asking, he needed to talk to a brick wall. He got the same kind of enrichment. He really wasn't getting anything from it. You know, why live your life and you got another human being, and this other human being doing something different than you, and you don't try to find out some things about this so that you become more knowledgeable, more wise, more intelligent, more aware. And if you ain't doing that, then you're really just kind of wasting your breath. You know, you just a waste of human skin if you're doing it like that. You know, and there's nothing cool about that at all. Yeah, I mean, to me, the interview would have. And I'm not saying he had to congratulate you on every point, but had he been doing his research and asked the right questions, he would have found himself congratulating him. But I think his job is to remain in that controversial kind of thing. And that's not real journalism. It's not real. It's not real at all, really. People need to be a little more aware of what their thing is. I tell you what, if he's got a son, I bet you your son would be prouder of you if he viewed the same video 10, 20 years from now than his son would be. That's what legacy is all about.
Yes, brother, man. It's unfortunate, man. But that's how it goes, man. So, family, I'm not gonna keep anyone any longer. We've said enough and things like that. So we'll keep you posted, and I'm one of the people that keep information updated on our website and also on this YouTube page. The conference call videos are usually edited and uploaded. Same thing with the investment conference call. So all the things that we do, just share and share. And if you're interested, just check it out and reach out to us. And then if you're interested in what anyone else is doing, I'll ask you, and I'll say the same thing, to check it out and make sure everything that they're doing is documented, because talk is cheap. People smiling and cheesing on you and things like that, and just talking all that sweet stuff doesn't mean anything. Documentation was what you have to look at, because a lot of people just run their mouth. Okay, just like the guy that we have this video titled as. So, family, I'm just looking to see if there's any questions or anything that we need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? So much love, family. Appreciate everybody with all the wonderful comments and showing all the love. And just, and I know some people that's on this channel watching this video, they're just watching it and you're probably just laughing yourself. But yeah, this guy is really a clown. I've
Big
never,
red nose, big red nose, big shoes, all that.
I've never seen a big grown man act this way, man. He talking about how I act. Like I'm supposed to just let you just talk bad about me and disrespect me and call me out my name, and I'm not supposed to just disrespect you and stand up for myself. Yeah, and I'm supposed to just be nice about it.
Yeah. I mean, what does he stand for?
He couldn't stand for nothing because he said over and over, it's not his job to deal with racism, white supremacy. It's not his job to help any black person. It's not his job to do anything. His job is only to judge everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know which God died and made him king, but that's what he think he is. It's a sad situation because the real issues in society he's not addressing. He's not out there talking about or confronting. He's confronting black people who are doing wonderful in Africa, and some people are doing certain things that they can do a little better, and they shouldn't be out there engaging themselves to where they're not doing proper business and things like that. But folks have their flaws, but the fact of them trying to build something and you're hoping that they stick with it so they can get better because it takes time to grow. And I'm telling people that's going from when we first started where you don't know much about anything and you're building a business to where you're successful. So he want to know, how did I survive this long in business? And he's never been able to do anything. It's like, sometimes you meet people your age and they say that they're envious of you, like, man, you my age and you're doing this for yourself. I'm like, yo, what path you chose in life is your path you chose in life. You can't judge your life by somebody else. There's people younger than me that's multi-billionaires. I'm not sitting there hating on them. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. You have teenagers that are becoming millionaires quick.
Yeah, but the thing of it is that how you impact people's lives.
Yeah, and
you've impacted a lot of people's lives, not just the ones in our immediate group, but even the people that we're doing the business with. You're impacting people's lives, and people that are even contemplating or trying to decide whether they should do this or not. You're impacting people's lives, and that's the part that really counts. How we can impact each other's lives and make each other's lives see what see that the purpose of life is to give life purpose. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. And that's one of the things that I see about this. This is giving somebody some options. So wait a minute, hold it, I can do this like this instead. Sure. Why not give it a try? And that's what time it is. So I mean, he's not able to see that. He doesn't have the maturity to see it. And that's the other thing is that his interview was very immature. Very immature. I mean, the only thing he had going for it is his quasi British accent. It doesn't take much to put on.
And family, Chaz has dropped off, and I'm gonna close in a few. It's one of those unbelievable things, but when things like this happen, every once in a while we discuss it. The same thing, when we dealt with Garvey Town is dead. These were just literally a group of British scammers, and you just have these black British people. Some of them are just some wicked people. They're just jealous because they're not doing anything in Africa, and the people from America are the ones that's making moves and doing things in Africa. So they literally don't like people in America. Yeah, so. And everybody that he attacks almost is all from America. He has a serious problem as a dumb black British bastard. So, family, that's it from me. So that's his side, and this is my side. Just like I tell people, you want to know about Garvey Town is dead. I got information on my website, and just like I got information on what we do itself. So it's up to individuals to just check it out. And I have messages on there where you can click and send a message and get a reply back. So literally, it's all good, family. So appreciate your energy. One love. Keep it strong. And I'm going to close for the night.